Okay, and then Jackson Rapome says, "Greetings. Is this preview or have we started?" And yeah, I'm asking them if they can hear us. Yeah, we're live now, guys. And also, Christoph it says, "Hi to everyone. This is bound to be another mind-blowing stream. Thank you, Matthew and Mark. I will watch later. Got tennis matches in the morning. All right, sounds good there. Do you play tennis by any chance, Mark, or no?
No, no. When I was younger,
All right.
not now.
No, yeah,
Not now.
I've
Too many aches and pains,
okay.
back problems.
Yeah, I think I've played tennis. I think I could probably count it in two hands, just probably 10 times in my life.
Yeah, I've been
So,
to Wimbledon
oh wow.
when I was younger in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
good.
that's great. Who did you get to
About
watch?
1982 or something like that in London.
Okay, okay. Who was the best player back then? Do you know?
Oh, it would have been Jimmy Connors, John McEnroe, Yvonne Lendl.
Okay, yeah, doesn't ring a bell. I started watching during the Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic
Oh
era.
yeah,
Yeah, so I don't know any.
yeah, he's great players, great
hmm
players. Yeah, look up Jimmy Connors, John McEnroe. God, he had a
Okay.
bit of a temper, of
Yeah,
course,
sounds good.
but
Yeah, yeah. So they can hear us. Okay, you guys can hear Mark and I fine. Okay, that's good. And yeah, so yeah, Mark Conlon doesn't need any introduction. He's he's the planes guy now, especially after Chris Hampton is on a temporary leave. Temporary.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
miss Chris, I
yeah,
must admit.
yeah, yeah. He's a great guy. It's been great to have him. Hopefully he gets back in one of these years. All right, so I'm gonna just quickly send a link to the notes. So here's a note that I'm gonna send it to the chat, and I'll send it to. I'm also streaming on a whole bunch of other areas on Rumble and the other ones. One second, this is, and then we'll get straight into it. All right.
I'm good for about a couple of hours
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
tonight. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
No, no, that's fine. I'm good for however you go. uh, okay. Tammy says, "Well, this channel is on a super high side of toilet." Yeah, YouTube doesn't give notifications. Anyways, guys, so here's a link to the links, and I'll read it out and then basically we'll go from there. All right. And I'll put it right here. So here's the link to the notes. So MES live stream 107. Where did the planes go on 9/11? And yeah, so Mark Conlon, aka 9/11 Planes Research, joins the show again, this time to discuss the alleged flights on 9/11, all of which were still airborne after their alleged crash times. And I want to play the trailer just so the audience can get up to speed. But also, this thumbnail I made, I basically took from your germ warfare interview, and I put some,
All right, yeah.
yeah, so I put some of the key ones right here. So we have on the top here, this is the military. This is Scoggins. I think yeah, basically they were saying that Flight 11 was still in the air and heading towards Washington.
Correct,
like,
correct.
like what are the?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's well. And then this one here is the ACARS data for Flight 175. That's the second alleged plane. That was
yeah.
over Hammersburg. Or how's it?
Harrisburg
Oh,
and Pittsburgh.
yeah,
Yeah,
Harrisburg and Pittsburgh. Yeah, so it's flying over there. And now we have Pentagon right here. This screenshot shows the radar path flight 77. At
yeah,
8:50, it's over here, and then all of a sudden there's a 19-minute delay, like 19-minute
yeah,
off radar, and all of a sudden it's going towards going towards Pentagon. Yeah, so that's
yeah.
and at the same time we also have it flying over. This was
Missouri
Missouri, yeah, Missouri. So flying over
and
Missouri.
Kansas.
Yeah, and then Flight
Yeah,
93 was flying over Chicago.
yeah, yeah. And also over past the crash site on the way to Washington.
Yeah, yeah. And there's
Work
flight,
that one out.
yeah, and there's Flight 175 as well. Also on just MSNBC there. That was the flight recorder or whatnot. There's also flying over.
Flight Explorer,
Yeah, Flight
yeah,
Explorer. Yeah, so it's going over there. And so I put the screenshot just so anybody that looks, it's like, it's like, and the thing is, it's not just one flight. It's all four.
yeah,
Yeah. So it just,
yeah.
and then yeah. So I'm gonna play the trailer, and then we can go from there and see what happens. So in this trailer, it took me yeah, I spent some time on it. It's one of my better trailers. Oh, I think it didn't put a trailer. Okay, I'm gonna play it right here. Where did the it's like oh, that's the wrong link. Or I think I put the wrong link. Here's the link, and I'll fix that up later. But here's the trailer. So in this trailer, oh no, oops. Okay, I don't know why I accidentally put the wrong link there. I'll just do this instead. So here's the trailer. Okay, so I accidentally put the wrong link there. So I'm gonna, one second, I'll just do this other side step. I'm getting a phone call. Let's hang it up. Okay, so here's the trailer right here. Here's the actual trailer. So I got the yeah. So this one right here, this is Richard Gage. He was saying he was actually asking this Gene Warfare for help for in a debate for evidence on real planes. Yeah, so I'm gonna play this and then yeah, and let's see.
If anybody's got any info, valuable info, proving that planes hit the towers, that could be helpful. I haven't had enough time to really prepare this well, so I could use some help. Thanks so much.
They do not report an ELT for any of the 4 flights going off at the time of the crashes. Not one. It's not recorded in there. And they should have gone off and emitted this beacon to find the plane.
Okay, oh no, people are saying there's an echo in the recording. Okay, I need 1 second. They're saying there's an echo when I play the video. I think it's Microsoft Teams. I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna play this again, guys. Trying again. Yeah, so 1 second, I'm gonna play this again. I'll fix it up.
If anybody's got any info, valuable info, proving that planes hit the towers, that could be helpful. I haven't had enough time to really prepare this well, so I could use some help. Thanks so much.
They do not report an ELT for any of the 4 flights going off at the time of the crashes. Not one. It's not recorded in there. And they should have gone off and emitted this beacon to find the plane. Now,
and this is official.
This is absolutely official. It's in their own documents. So that's one of the areas to prove that none of the 4 planes crashed at the named targets.
If anybody's got any info, valuable info, proving that planes hit the towers, that could be helpful. I haven't had enough time to really prepare this well, so I could use some help. Thanks so much.
Military Boston Center just had a report that American 11 is still in the air and it's on its way heading towards Washington.
Okay, American 11 is still in the air on
Yes.
its way towards Washington?
There was definitely another aircraft that hit the tower. That's the latest report we have.
Okay.
I'm going to try to confirm an ID for you, but I would assume he's somewhere over either New Jersey or somewhere further south.
Okay, so American 11 isn't the hijack at all then, right?
No, he is a hijack.
American 11 is a hijack?
Yes.
And he's going into
This could
Washington?
be a third aircraft.
If anybody's got any info, valuable info, proving that planes hit the towers, that could be helpful. I haven't had enough time to really prepare this well, so I could use some help. Thanks so much.
Place called Shanksville. We don't know what happened there. What's kind of odd about this one, Joey, is that at some point after flying past Pittsburgh, the pilot apparently radioed and changed his destination to DCA, which is Ronald Reagan National Airport. Unclear what that means.
So we have the same for United 175. That was still airborne. This is an established fact. It's routed through Harrisburg, which is nowhere near New York. Now, at the time, Flight 175 would have been here. And the ground station is here. That's picking up where it's routed through.
If anybody's got any info, valuable info, proving that planes hit the towers, that could be helpful. I haven't had enough time to really prepare this well, so I could use some help. Thanks so much.
So whoever let this slip on CNN, what you're looking at, I would think got a bit of a bad rap. And then
All right. Yeah. So. Yeah. So if there's anybody with info, I know. Basically, it's you. Yeah. So. Yeah. So if somebody needs to tell a Gage, Mark Conlon has all the info if you need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much summarizes it. Yeah, pretty much summarizes. All right, and what did you think of that trailer there?
That was good. That was good. I think he sums it up quite quickly, you know.
Yeah, and
He's
Richard
not looking at he's looking too hard for
yeah.
not getting any results.
Yeah, 29,000 times made a good comment. He says, Mark Conlon has all the info, you bald F. I think he was talking about Richard Gage or me. Yeah, Richard. Yeah. All right, and yeah, so that is that part, and yeah, so you had a presentation. So basically, so I made a link of stuff here, but how would you like to proceed with uh,
If I'm happy if you want to talk about things, I can throw a few things up on the screen to back myself up, or I can just wing it. It's all logged in there at the moment because I've had a lot of. It gets quite busy in
Yeah.
September.
Yeah, no
People
worries.
contacting me.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you want to share, one thing I have set up is here's the Excel file that I made a database of all the stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I've been filling it
that's
up,
good.
and I've been filling it up, and almost all of the links that I add are from your Substack. So here's the, for example,
All right.
yeah, Alberto Dominguez. He was in allegedly,
Dominguez, yeah.
flight 11, on yeah WTC1, and then allegedly his DNA was found in a WTC, but he likely canceled his flight. So I included this link. So this is a, it's like when you go down through it, it's like every single one has an anomaly that it doesn't happen in routine flights. Like
No,
Yeah.
no. That particular case was found by somebody called Jane Senna
okay.
or Cena.
Oh, Jane Cena.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she alerted me to that one because she had a document that had, which I got the document myself, but I hadn't gone that deep on that document at the time. But she happened to notice that there was some cancellations on the reservations, and they hadn't rebooked back on the plane or the
Mhm.
flight, and which was unusual because other people who had cancelled, it did show the rebooking. And that's again, that's official American Airlines documentation that was sent during the investigation stages.
Wow. No, that's
And there's a lot of other anomalies with passengers I can mention about that. Not a problem.
yeah, and yeah, basically anything you mentioned that I haven't already got, I'll be adding it to this one, and I also have the flights one. I added just anything strange with the flights. So for example, American Airlines 77 still airborne over Kansas at 10:40, and I put a link, and almost all of them are just yours. Links to just your yeah, because yeah, you have a good way of putting it on articles, but it's like a table here that shows legit ones, and then there's again I have separated them by American Airlines 77, another one plane possibly swapped for flight 98, which had near identical tail number, and again that's your article.
Yeah.
And then
only different by one letter.
Wow. And then
at the end, yeah.
Yeah, again
it's landed at Reagan National at 9:39, which is just literally next to the Pentagon.
Yeah, no, that's fascinating.
Very strange.
Yeah, and then I included here Seth MacFarlane. So he, the Family Guy creator, he canceled the flight. Said it was canceled 1 hour before scheduled, but he says it was 10 minutes he canceled because he was hungover. So it's like
yes.
So
somebody can't get their story straight down on that.
Yeah, so that
either way, like, you know, he it's interesting because of that particular flight at that gate, or allegedly at the gate 32, which where I'm at with that is I don't think anybody actually boarded that plane at gate 32, which was identifying as flight 11, and I base that on some cleaner called Wayne Kirk. Again, it's in documents. He finished up cleaning the plane with his crew, and there was one or two crew members who were present at the plane at that point, and that was between 7 and 7:30. Well, they would have been boarding around 7:30, so the crew would have needed to be there on duty, the full crew, and, you know, getting everything ready for the flight. That doesn't appear to be the case at that particular gate. And I do have a new sort of theory about that, and it's only a theory at this stage, which was based on a researcher called Dean Hartwell, who wrote a book. Well, he wrote several books, but one of his books was called Planes Without Passengers, which is banned. Luckily, I've got 2 copies of that book because my first copy is absolutely just covered in sticky bits and, you know, for reference. But he actually come up with a great scenario, really, to answer some of the questions with the passengers with that, because if they didn't get on at gate 32 for flight 11, then there's a possibility that they could have been put on to United 175. Now we know that plane was duplicated and decoyed because of its whereabouts. But if they did get on that flight, and if it is consistent with the ACAR showing that that plane was over in Pittsburgh area at 9:23, there's a good chance that that is the plane that, well, I'll call it plane X, that landed at Cleveland and deplaned between 150 passengers, around that sort of amount of people, which is closer to the 200 passengers that somebody witnessed being taken to the NASA Research Center.
Okay. No, that's a very interesting. So basically, you're saying that you think all the passengers went into one, like all the real ones.
It's possible, yeah, because I wrote some articles which show some of the passengers on flight 11 talk about delays with that flight. Now that flight 11 pushed back off the gate apparently at 7:46, which was a minute behind schedule. Now, I think I showed where they'd showed Amy Sweeney, who was a flight attendant. She rang her husband from the plane while it must have been on the ground and said that the flight was delayed. But they redacted some information afterwards. Now, in one of the redacted documents, it says that her husband found this highly unusual. And then when you get a duplicate redacted document, that's took out. That statement is redacted along with other information. So it's highly he thought it was highly unusual how she rang him from the plane, and there's about I've documented about 4, probably 5 passengers who were in one case he was in the Admiral's Lounge, which is not even, he wasn't even on the plane at 7:45. And the plane pushed away from the gate at 7:46.
Yeah, and you said Amy Sweeney. I had it written up as Madeline Sweeney.
That's it. Yeah. She's known with Madeline Amy Sweeney or
okay.
Amy Sweeney. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put that note there. Amy. Yeah. So that's good.
Now
I included that note right here. I just wanted to bring up. Yeah, so I included that note. So she called her husband saying she was running late, but flight 11 was only 1 minute late.
Yes. Yeah. Push back off the gate. There's a bit of a discrepancy how people interpret departure and takeoff. There's 2 different things there. They say flight 11 took off, wheels off was at 7:59, which would be like 13, 14 minutes difference, really. So there's a good chance that some of them passengers were put onto flight 175. Now, if we're going by flight 175's ACAR's data, which showing it at 9:23, still, having messages sent, routed to, the nearest nearest ground, ACAR's ground station, to the plane at which is in Pittsburgh at 9:23. That's showing you can get a bit of a flight path with that, with Harrisburg and Pittsburgh. And it's possible that could have been the plane that landed there with 150 people on that were deplaned. Now, the estimate was 200. Now, if it had been flight 93, you would have only had, I think it was something like 30 or 40 passengers on, which is nowhere near 200. So if you're going to estimate a bunch of people being escorted off, I think 250 is a lot closer to 200 that you might estimate that number. Yeah. So I'm sort of leaning with what Dean Hartwell suggested there in his book, Planes Without Passengers, which is unfortunate that it's banned, because I think you can get a PDF copy of that.
You can? Have you written about it on your
Not yet, because I've been still trying to fathom out what was going on at Boston, because you have got this other issue with the gate where there's a whole plethora of reports saying that Flight 11 pushed off the gate at gate 26, not gate 32. But we got the radio recordings saying that it pushed off from gate 32 and took off. Now, if we're going on what Wayne Kirk said, the cleaner, who only seen 2 crew members between 7 and 7:30 when his team finished cleaning that plane, and passengers would have been prepared to board that plane and embark onto it. Something strange is surrounding that, and we only have 2 phone calls, and one's recorded, which we only hear 4 minutes of, or close to 5 minutes, and that's from Betty Young. That I find that highly strange that we've only got 1 person phone call
On
from
flight
an
11.
air phone, apparently, yeah. And she said they both said flight 12 during that time, and that was backed up as well by the person on the phone. They all said it together. But also Madeline Amy Sweeney was talking about flight 12. Now, there is a possibility that could have been because they was returning on flight 12 on their pendulum flight back to Boston. That's flight 12. So whether they got mixed up, that's what some people say. I don't tend to go with that. I think there was something else going on, like an exercise that they were involved with.
Yeah, because you have written about this flight. I think I added a bunch of notes on flight 12. Yeah.
Ooh.
So we have Betty Ong called from airphone, only 4 minutes recorded, and yeah, and you said that there was only 1 recorded. So and then it says who was the other one? So was Sweeney called?
Yes, Amy Sweeney called Michael Woodward. Now, or he ended up on the phone with Sweeney because he had actually been on flight 11 on the morning, apparently, according to his account in the investigation files. And this triggered when the calls come in, apparently, himself and another, I think it was a manager or operations manager named Elizabeth Williams. They went down to gate 32. Now, apparently, we get a bit of conflict here because we've got Elizabeth Williams saying there was an empty plane there. We've got Michael Woodward saying there was nothing amiss. Then he couldn't remember if it was gate 31 they went to, and he was interviewed about 4 times, and one of them was by the CIA, I think. But he was let go, apparently, from his job. I don't know why. I haven't totally looked into that. I know I've tried to. I was going to try and contact Michael Woodward because I tracked him down, but I didn't feel comfortable doing it because he's unwell. He's not a well person he's had not a great diagnosis at the moment with things, but I didn't feel it was appropriate for me to be pressing him on stuff like that because it is quite strange, some of his testimony, and they're not quite clear.
Yeah, and when you said pressing them, first thought was what happened to Richard Hall? About
Well, yeah, there is that. I mean, he didn't even knock the front door, and he's ended up in this position. So what's happened in the UK has set a precedent, unfortunately. I live in a terrible draconian dictatorship at the moment, and it's not great. You can end up being put in the slammer for posting stuff on social media.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. Yeah, before we get to that one, there's a question here from 29,000 tons of thermite. He says, is there a photo of the departure? I'm not sure which one is he referring to. Is he referring to flight 11? Is there any photos of any plane actually departing?
I managed to track down a plane at Dulles. I did a lot on Dulles, if you remember. I found out I had pictures of passengers. I'll probably be able to bring them up in a bit. I'll show the pictures. I had pictures of passengers at the boarding gate who were boarding, some of the passengers. I managed to track down some still unreleased CCTV. Actually, it's not in the public domain except for what I've put into the public domain, and because the particular person who did have it has got it behind a paywall, and I don't know why they've done that when they should have really been sharing that. And there's CCTV from the day before as well.
Okay.
Yes, that's one of the photos I managed to track down a few years ago. And I've also got them going to the gate as well. That's in my, if you go on my, I think I might have it. There they are. That's the
Yeah,
ones.
I basically have a lot of your stuff. I just post the
Yeah.
photos.
Yeah, and the plane. Now that was taken by Gwen Faulkner, and she was friends with or something to do with the people who to do with National Geographic. She was maybe documenting something when the school children were going on an eco trip. And there's something else that actually got pointed out to me by that lady who I mentioned earlier to do with the passengers was she noticed that we've got school children here and teachers who were killed on allegedly flight 77. Well, that's the scenario you had in similar to Operation Northwoods. And that had to do with the college students, which is what you had with that case there, some college students. But I think the two people on the right, as I'm looking at it, the lady in white and the guy in the shorts there, they're National Geographic people. They were both killed as well.
Yes, that was National Geographic. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe she took all three of these photos that you've shown there. She took all three of them. I did contact her, but I haven't heard back.
Okay.
Because I wanted to confirm that she took the other photos. But I'm assuming she did because she took them with the plane and she was with the people who's in her photo are the people who were going on the trip.
Yeah, and they were. It was supposed to be part of the National Geographic. I think some sort of competition, or what was that?
That's it. They won a competition to go to somewhere nice. I can't remember off the top of my head. Probably in that right up there.
Yeah,
it's like an eco thing to do with there. Oh, there you go, an eco conference.
Yeah, it was
sponsored by National Geographic.
Yeah, so apparently those won it. Karen teacher Sarah Clark and let's see,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now Sarah Clark, her husband was featured in a documentary, and
Sarah's in the back here. When I first saw this photo, when I first saw this photo, I couldn't find where's Sarah Clark, and then she's hiding in the back.
Yeah, hiding at the back, and I think she may be in the photo as on the boarding area there, which I sort of name by face all the people, but there's some anomalies with the lady and the Chinese guy, or looks Chinese there on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some anomalies sounding that with the lady. She's just out of shot, but we can identify her because of her hairstyle and the jacket. And there's some strangeness around the exit data to do with the obituary, what CNN posted to do with the passengers, and she's one of the ladies who have problems with that. But yeah, I mean, again, we've got some strangeness with the
this is her, right?
77.
Yeah, so this is her.
That's the lady. Yeah.
So the exit data has it posted at September 8th.
Yeah.
And I don't see any reason why. Like, I don't see any normal reason why the date would be before 9/11. Do you know any other reason?
Well, you could explain that, because I know everybody wants to jump on the wagon that all the passengers are fake. They were all in on it. There's that school of thought. There's another school of thought that they were innocent and just roped in and done away with. They could have selected these people, some of them, and they could have wrote them up for a bunch of passengers beforehand that they knew were going on that flight. that they knew they're possibly going to be done away with. They don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be still alive and living under different aliases. Although, again, that lady who I spoke about, she's done a lot of digging on Social Security death index, and I think it's on Truth Finder or a site like that. And some of these people are still listed as alive, but we can't confirm whether they're still listed there and just been left up there, their information, or
Yeah.
you know, I'm not ruling out that some of them could be alive,
Yeah. Yeah. Again,
but I
they could be
can't go
dead
out.
too. Yeah, they could be
Yeah,
dead
yeah,
too.
they could have just been collateral damage of an operation. You know, they could say, "Come on, Matt, you're ex-military pilot and you work for us. Can you do this drill?" And before you know it, you're in a bad situation, and you've been unwillingly
Yeah.
put in that situation, and your life could have ended through, their means of how they, their fate
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
remember these same people murdered like 3,000 on 9/11, like instantly. So they don't have any qualms about murdering,
Oh, no,
especially
no.
no-name people.
But it reminds me of 7/7 a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the 4 lads that were involved in that, they seemed like they were recruited to do a drill, and then they were later murdered at Canary Wharf, and they had absolutely no evidence of them getting on the trains that were apparently exploded. They cannot produce one single scintilla of evidence to show that they boarded any of those trains that blew up. So again, another red flag. But I think they were collateral damage.
Yeah.
They were conned into think they were doing a drill, to help the state, and then before you know it, they've ended up being murdered at Canary Wharf, or 2 of them possibly wasn't.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking about like again, based on like the XF data, it has in the actual metadata, it states Timothy Ward, for example, was on board American Airlines flight on Tuesday, December 11th, but it was created on January 11th. So it's like, is there a way to update that metadata practically?
Well, I think you would have to. They either had their computer or whatever they were using program. The time would have to be set wrong. That's one reason. Another thing is, I have heard that it can be messed about with, manipulated. This could be a golden egg thrown at us to come to all sorts of wrong conclusions. I never 100% trust anything, but what we're doing is we're reporting that. And that was Phil Jahan who found a lot of stuff out like that. And another early researcher. I don't agree with everything that he's put out. He's put some stuff out that totally I disagree with, but there's other elements that I find quite plausible, and I think people should know about, and you collate it into a bit of a package of evidence. And that's why I put it under the tabs with the passengers, that they can go on my Substack. You hit the passengers and crew, and you'll get all the articles about this stuff, so you can read them and make your own mind up, really.
Yeah, definitely, and that's why I made the Excel file so that we can actually have an overview of it. So, for example, Ward.
That's it.
The Ward, or Timothy. I think I included his as well, Timothy Ward. So XF data shows CNN Memorial. All the ones that I can find, I put them in there. And so basically it is, and even if it was a golden egg that it dropped in, it's like, even if, but then now you've proven that they're purposely putting false information. So it doesn't matter what way.
Yeah.
It's just a bad look on like.
Don't look good. Don't look good for them. And that I was sort of. I knew about some of this stuff years ago, but I forgot about it because my head's such a big filing cabinet of 9/11. You recalling it sometimes, I forget. But it come about because I was really deeply looking at Mark Bingham.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. I've still been unable to track down that he legally changed his name from Gerald Kendall Bingham to Mark Kendall Bingham. And what prompted this, and again, his data on that is all over the show.
And the thing is, the number of them, it's not just one, it's like multiple ones. So are they like somehow leaving the date unchanged? Is there...
Yeah. Well, it's possible. But this also prompted me, because I know there's, with the Simon Shack crowd, they think these people are actual visual composites that they've been made up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I tried to track down some video footage of passengers who were like physically moving.
Yeah.
From and Mark Bingham, I tracked down quite a bit of footage with him, and another lady on Flight 93 called Nicole Miller, who I tracked down some footage of her. Another elderly lady I've tracked down, and I put it into a short video. And the other one I tracked down was Charles Burlingame, Flight 77.
Okay.
He's on a game show.
Yeah, that was
March 2000. Yeah.
Yeah, so Charles Burlingame, I put this here, captured on CCTV footage in airport screening area, was on the TV show Greed on March 10th, 2000.
Yes.
So if there is one person that like, let's say it was given a deal and living in some island, it could be this guy. But then, like, my view is like the lower ranking, like in terms of like clout or influence, they're probably collateral damage, and then the higher ones, they might have had some sort of a So this guy,
it could be a mixture. You know, I think what people try and do, the human brain loves uniform, everything in uniform. I don't think this operation was run in a uniform manner at all. I think it was deliberately mixed up with several different elements, especially with the passengers. And I think, you know, trying to make it uniform is unhelpful, because it don't go with a lot of the evidence.
Yeah.
You're fighting against yourself and cancelling yourself out. This evidence cancels that out. And so what I've tried to do is hold back from doing that and going, well, this is the evidence that we can look at. You know, where is it leading? And it's difficult to overall categorically say, yes, all the passengers were fake. They were all CGI composites. None of them existed. You know, I don't think it's that clear cut. I think the Simon Shack stuff has been very, very unhelpful. To be honest. And I think a lot of people, Norman, it's a good point actually, in a recent podcast we done together with this Bob Runyon, and it's thing is, people seem stuck between 2007 and 2009 in this particular stuff that was put out by Simon Shack and Ace Baker. They're stuck in that quagmire, and they can't seem to get out of that, to be open enough to like look at other evidence. And I don't know what's going on with that. I find it really bizarre, because if you're a truth seeker, you should be remaining open to new information. You know, I've never said I've got all the answers. I'm just presenting as much as I can. And collate a lot of things, and you're doing a fantastic job with this Excel by collating it even more and making it more searchable. It's like what a resource.
Yeah, definitely. And I also started including the duration of the calls. So here's in seconds, 28 seconds, altitude as well, 2,500 feet. And this one is 64,000 seconds at 37,000 feet altitude. This is Jeremy, United Flight 93, Jeremy Glick.
Yeah, I mean that. The thing is, you see, you've got so many, like the phone calls. You've got so many anomalies. I mean, I think it's Jeremy Glick. His phone remained open. Yeah. Or was it Todd Beamers? I think it was Jeremy.
No,
Glick,
it's Jeremy Glick. I have it written here. Jeremy Glick.
Yeah.
So 64,000 seconds.
You know, so the phone call was still open until 10:43.
Yeah.
Now I'm sorry, if you're on the air phone, that phone would not remain open. Because the plane apparently has been obliterated, unless the plane, like we suggest, was still
Yeah.
intact. Then that's might be possible.
And but not even on a plane, because this is 37,000 feet altitude for 18 minutes. Like I
Yeah.
just put an average. I think I forgot which I put. But,
Well, again, it says in FBI documents it's a cell phone. Then they switched it
Yeah.
to airphones. You know, they done a bait and switch there because they knew
Mhm.
they was in trouble with it.
Mhm.
But they couldn't do that with CC Lyles, you see.
Yeah.
And just going back to that about whether they're real people or not, is my contact that I've known for 10 years who worked for United as a flight attendant in America, who I've met in person. When was it? 2015, might be 2016, something like that. But I got introduced to her at an Andrew Johnson and Dr. Judy Wood event when Dr. Judy Wood was doing a live presentation and Andrew was doing his physical presentation.
Mhm.
And this flight attendant was there, and she went up to Andrew Johnson, started talking about the planes, and he said, "I think you need to talk to me." Because at that time, I wasn't involved then with the 9/11 Alchemy film. That was a little bit before. But I'd done quite a bit of research to show that Flight 93 had actually flown past the crash site, was on its way to Hagerstown, and then landed at 10:28 at Reagan National Airport. And I've got a good couple of pieces of evidence to back that up. Now,
Did you say
she
10?
was at,
Wait, did you say 10:28? 10.
yeah, 10:28,
That's
which
when.
happened to be the time when the
Yeah.
North Tower went.
Yeah. So it's
Bruce.
probably like, okay, that's when we stopped the show.
Yeah. And, you know, that was like, you know, she was amazed by that. And that's when she told me the story about how she'd worked a shift with CC Lyles.
Mhm.
And CC saved her cardigan jacket for her, put it aside because she went off and didn't take a little cardigan thing that she would wear, you know, what she would keep on or whatever when they finished their shift. So that sort of alerted me that she, you know, that's one particular flight attendant that was possibly a real person. And funny enough, we have CC Lyles' belongings, you know, card showing up intact, you know, as alleged debris that was left, you know, at the site. So these passengers could have been picked to do this without even knowing.
Yeah.
You know, there's that possibility.
Just 1 second. My mouse doesn't work anymore. I gotta unplug and plug it back
Oh
in.
dear.
1 second. It's because I'm using like an adapter for the Mac. I don't have the normal. 1 second. This happens.
That's all you need, isn't it?
Yeah. 1 second. Plug that in properly. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, it's working. We're back. Yeah, just
Oh,
unplug and plug.
fantastic.
Yeah, usually what happens is unplug and plug it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I mean, so
CC Lyles is a real deal, a real person.
yeah, she said to me she knew the pilot. I can't remember which name she mentioned or if she mentioned a name, but she said neither ever come back to work after that point.
Wow.
After 9/11, neither come back to work.
And listening to her husband speak on the phone, it's pretty to me it's pretty obvious he's telling the truth. Like he doesn't seem to be indicative of lying in any way.
Yes. Now, I had statement analysis done on some of the families that appeared on Larry King Live.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a complete in-depth. It was just a skim version at the time. And the person who done it was actually the one who's in Richard D. Hall's Manchester.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't contacted her since because I think with what happened there, she's obviously laid low. But
have you used AI
but she
to
did do
analyze
some
it?
preliminary
Okay.
stuff for me.
That'd be good.
In fact, she done some statement analysis on apparently on a lady who claimed that she booked to be on flight 175 a week before, and from her, I think it's still on the internet that And from her analysis she done on that particular person, it seemed likely that she was lying about that
Mm-hmm.
and wanted to put herself into the event somehow, if you
Interesting.
get what I mean.
Yeah.
How she was lucky to not be on the flight and how it was full up when she tried to book onto that flight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I did have some preliminary work done on that CNN Larry King Live with some of the families, which was interesting. But it's not enough to publish.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't enough done. And I haven't really contacted that lady because she's because of what had happened with Richard D. Hall at the moment. I may have to reach out to her
Yeah.
again when things.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna ask, have you maybe checked with AI, like get it to do an analysis on the statement and probably like change the name so that doesn't pick up anything.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it's such a shame because this lady was a student of Peter Hyatt,
yeah, and then he
who's
passed away.
obviously no
Yeah.
longer with us now. He's deceased,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
which is a shame because he's very good at that.
yeah, and we have some questions. We had them pause here. So there's some questions. Stephen F says, for you, what would Mark guess happened to those who died if it wasn't in the air? And he also said, could there have been a crash on that day that was covered up? Mark published a picture of a mystery crash site on that day. Did you post this one? I didn't see this
Yeah,
one.
I think I'm thinking some of the other crash sites where there's alleged debris. I've never actually seen some of the debris on the one I was asked for the appeal for, which was an unidentified crash site.
Mm-hmm.
And I still haven't been able to fully identify that where that place was on that news shot, bit of short reel that they ran. But I think some of it, there was a lot of drills happening that day,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got some documents which outlines some drills in depth of what they consist of, and some of them are so realistic. It's unbelievable. I've even got the cue cards that eyewitnesses what they're meant to say.
Oh, really? Eyewitnesses are supposed to
Yeah,
are part of it.
yeah, eyewitnesses as well. Yeah, and
Okay.
so it's done in some of the drills. I mean, I'm gonna have to try. I'll have to dig them out. Some of these scenarios, and they're absolutely unbelievable to the
Mm-hmm.
the detail. Some of them have even got the reporting of the lat long
Yeah.
of the actual plane actually embedded into the actual scenario along
Wow.
the way through the story of the
Wow.
drill they're running. So they go into some detail, and I suspect that when they're talking about real world in them on the tapes, when they say, "Is this an exercise or real world?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, an exercise is more tabletop. Real world is an actual live fly. I think that's what they're referring
Yeah.
to, not real world as what we know it.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Well,
talking like it's simulated in the real world and in real time.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've got some other recordings from some of them people who are on the recordings, and they disclose some very, very interesting information, especially to do with the Pentagon, and in relation to the Pentagon, I should say. They don't specifically say, but I think it could be related because this one, I can't remember whether it's Dooley or Stacy, I can't remember, but they talk about how the C-130 was involved in training exercises,
The C-130.
hijacking training.
Yeah.
Now we've got the C-130 flying over that apparently identified Flight 77, which I don't believe. And we
Mm-hmm.
also have the C-130 over in the vicinity of Flight 93 as well.
And the C-130, this is the Lockheed,
Aircraft, yeah, military, yeah,
this one right here.
yeah.
Is there any
Yeah.
capture of this anywhere on 9/11? Like any footage?
I think there is, yes. I think I know it's well documented in the official things that the C-130 was actually flying over when apparently Flight 77 crashed. He identified the plane. Apparently he's tracking it.
Mm-hmm.
But he could have been taking part in a drill. There's no
Yeah.
way he can talk about it because he'd have been signed up to a official secrets type act or non-disclosure agreement. So he's going to have to toe the line and carry that secret to his grave,
Yeah, and
unless he leaves it in a letter or something.
this
after he's
photo
dead.
this photo reminds me of the that music video 1109. I'm not sure if you've seen it. A subscriber made it.
Right.
Yeah. Have you seen that 1109 one by
I don't
Kira?
think I have. I
So
may have done.
so he calls it 11 actually. Yeah. So he calls it 1109.
Oh, yes, that's it. Yes, I've seen that.
He
Yeah.
called it 1109 because this was the was that Afghanistan when they're
9/11.
running,
Yeah.
and people were speculating this is just a balloon or something.
Yeah.
But it says 1109 and they're running,
446.
and
Yeah.
it looks just like this one.
Well, that seems familiar, doesn't it? The 446. I'll have to look at that again. Yeah,
Okay,
another time. Yeah.
44662, yeah. And yes, that's what reminds me of that one. And then there's a music video, so someone made. I'll play that. See if I can find the full, just to give you an idea. So he made a music video based on my videos. I mean, he made the music songs, and then I added the videos to it, and then made a full album. So it's quite remarkable. So 1109
Yeah.
by Q-meter, and it has Hudson Effect, Hurricane Aaron, and so on, and Osama.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's
I mean, it's just so in your face. Some of the stuff, it's unbelievable.
yeah, and I
Like-
think the reason for that is it requires more than just knowledge for to wake up the everybody else. It involves courage. So a lot of people are lacking in courage. So,
Yes. I mean, I've looked at this terminology like recently again because I come across a part of a live stream that Chris Hampton done. I forgot he done it, and I had a copy of it, luckily, before it disappeared. And one of the areas we touch on with the blue beam stuff is how they use something called psychological priming.
mhm,
Now, a lot of people have referred to this in the truth community as predictive programming.
mhm,
Now, I completely think that's the wrong terminology really to use because there's nothing predictive about it because it's
mhm,
planned, it's not predicted.
mhm,
It's something that they use, but the correct terminology is called psychological priming or psychological seeding,
mhm.
and this is where they implant a lot of things along the way, and that myself, I have a background in that sort of area of on a professional level.
No.
So for me, psychological priming is much more what people should be using to describe some of this alleged predictive programming.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's a good term for marketing as well. Where they basically
they use it for that.
They use
yeah,
that, yeah.
they use it for marketing.
Yeah, so they drip feed little ads on people that
Yeah.
they think eventually will want to buy, and then so you prime them by showing them images,
Well,
and so yeah.
You would not believe how they prime you when you walk into a supermarket.
Mm.
They're
Yeah.
actually guiding you around, and they
Yeah.
are conditioning you as soon as you enter the building.
Yeah, definitely. And
Yeah.
even the magazines on the at the grocery store there, like I've never seen
Yeah.
anyone buy one, but it's like they have
No.
there with images there, and it's like that's priming for news and so on, just to keep you focused on.
Well, that's why they give the headlines. They put it's you go into.
Hmm.
I remember years ago you'd have them at the petrol stations, wouldn't you? They'd all be up outside and stuff. And they've got all the papers on display, and that's programming you. That's priming you.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And they will place certain pictures next to certain headlines that may look unrelated, but they're actually trying to tie on a subconscious level
Mhm.
two things together.
Yeah,
I think one of the interesting ones there was something to do where they had a picture of the Queen and something to do with something to do with death or something.
Oh wow, that's a good one. Yeah, no, definitely, especially now with the AI that's made public. I for sure believe that they've had this kind of technology beforehand when they're planning a lot of the stuff.
30 years.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're,
easily.
they're using CIA GPT way before us. Way
Oh
before.
God, yeah. If you remember when they had the GPS,
Yeah.
they had that in the Iraq War.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good 10 years before we sort of had it for your cars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what we knew about in 1991. You know,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
it's and some other things I noticed. I know William, oh, what's his name? The guy who wrote that book, who's in Chris's film.
William
Uh,
Ramsey.
William Ramsey, yeah, he picked up on some good stuff. You know, where the planes went in 93rd and 77, and if you look, there's some other things like when was I mean, I'm always looking at the numbers on and off, but if you look at the 1993 bombing, alleged bombing at the World Trade Center, so you had 19, obviously, and you got 93.
Mm-hmm.
So you got,
Yeah.
you know, particular numbers there at play. You had obviously that come back into play with the COVID, didn't it?
Yeah, 19 years later, COVID-19.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, so it's one of them numbers, isn't it?
Yeah, and
Again.
there's a few more questions, and then I want to go through whatever notes I had. I
Yeah.
forgot what I had. So the questions some people had. Let's see right here. 29,000 tons of thermite says. Question for Mark. Could you please elaborate a bit on your last discussion with Bob Renoin? And what was that all about? And is there another? And also, and then Stephen F says, has Mark challenged Simon Shaq? Does he think Shaq is deluded or deceptive? So basically, double whammy. That Bob guy, you had a recent interview with him, I think.
Right. Okay. Bob was originally on Boston 9/11 group. They have a YouTube weekly thing. I think they have guests on. Now they had Bob on.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know of Bob because he comments a lot on my Substack. He subscribes to me and he comments on a lot of my videos or articles. Now I thought, oh, I'll give Bob a watch on the Boston thing. I didn't stay up for it or anything. I watched it on their replay log, and I didn't think he had a fair deal. What he was trying to explain, they interrupted him. They had all these technical issues happening, and I thought this is just he couldn't get into a flow, and I just felt it was a bit unfair. So I don't know whether you or somebody said about doing a podcast, or I'd mentioned it. And I've totally forgot.
It was actually a random. So you sent Norman a text to read out. I read it out, but then it involved.
That's it.
Yeah, it involved someone called Scarecrow. Let's say Bob, Scarecrow, I think, or Crow. I think, yeah. So he emailed me afterwards because I thought his name was because I just read out your message that Norman sent. And then afterwards, he emailed me saying, in the Zoom call with Boston 9/11 Truth, I heard you mention that there was a guest as Mark, who would consider him as a guest on his podcast. And then I said, yeah, I was reading out a message from Mark forward to a person named Scarecrow. Is this you, or is this or is his Bob, or is this Bob? Yeah, I didn't know who this guy was. Yeah, I'm saying, is this you, or are you Bob? Because he sent Zorba. I don't know what this email was. And then I said, Mark runs an 9/11 planes research, so check out his work. And then. Yeah, and basically, he's very sarcastic. It was interesting. Anyways,
well, this is the thing. This was the other thing was, you see, I knew from his Boston. I got an idea from his Boston video when he appeared on there, trying to explain about the plane crash dynamics and the impossibilities, which he couldn't get into a flow. And I thought, well, actually, you know what? He don't. Bob doesn't go for all the noise surrounding, like holograms, video fakery, towers turn to dust. All Bob sort of concentrates on is that crash physics is a load of nonsense to him, and he's able to talk about the shifting of mass and stuff like that, physics stuff. And I thought, you know what, he might be a good person to just have a friendly chat with. And give him a platform to share some of his knowledge. Now, that was what we sort of said. Do you want to come on? We'll have a friendly chat. We'll give you a bit more of a chance than you had on the Boston thing when they interrupted him and stuff. And me and Norman thought, well, we'll have him on. We'll give him a platform to just express himself and what he thinks. And he did, and he's a nice guy. Of course, when you go into text messaging, you can't get an idea of the person until you sort of meet them in on the chat, or what we're doing now on a live talk video. And so that's why we decided to have a friendly chat. I'm on board with a lot of the plane dynamics anyway, so we're sort of on the same page that the planes, if they did crash in there, they wouldn't have looked like they did on 9/11. You'd have had something totally different looking. So that's why we decided to have him on.
Yeah.
And let him explain himself better, because I didn't think he got a fair, chance on that Boston group.
Yeah, and
I turned that round quite quick, that video, because we only did it on the 2nd, and I had to do a bit of editing because he had some technical. Again, we had technical problems whenever we talk about this stuff on sometimes. So I edited it up and put that out just for people to watch. That's all it was really, and give him a platform. He's always been okay with me.
No, he's good. No, he's good. No, I didn't say anything wrong. That he did bad. He was good. I like that he focused strictly on just the physics there. Yeah, he doesn't want to get too further away, but even that's good enough. That's still pretty good. He covered the basics, which is, well, this is not this thing's not gonna go through steel like that.
What I liked what he mentioned on the Boston, where it challenged them a lot, because he put forward about them engines and the bolts that attach them to the wings, and I think that's a good point, because them engines would have ripped off anyway, probably as it's descending, if it follows. Is it 587 flight that came down in the November 2001?
And
so shifting a mass as well I thought was quite good what he mentioned.
And speaking of Boston, they haven't actually uploaded the video that was like their last live stream that I was asked questions at the end. I think you went off to bed before I asked. I got to share my screen, and David Chandler was recording. So I'm not sure, either he just isn't good at uploading or he doesn't want to upload, because I was able to get them silent.
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, because they were saying that the wings never cut the steel, and then I showed them it did, and then they were saying no, it only cut at the bolts. I'm like, no, it cuts at the. Actually showed the image there, and then they were just didn't want to say anything. It was like quiet for like a minute.
The element they do not like is it went through the spandrels.
Yeah,
you got the spandrels, the horizontal spandrels, the thick sections of steel. Some of that was sliced through, according to the NIST cartoons they did.
Oh, is this Bob Bruno? Actually, no, they might have uploaded those 22 days ago. Never mind. Yeah. So yeah. So they cut that one. No, you're right. And I'm gonna actually make a post about that. Go on.
I'll just say something about that with Bob. Every time he was on there, that Gene Laratonda kept butting in and trying to say about plane debris.
Yeah.
Now, if I would have been on that live stream, because you can't really get to ask a question properly anyway on there, because I tried it with Rebecca Roth.
Yeah.
So I find it a bit of a waste of time sometimes for me, but because of the time zones as well, staying up late don't really sit well with me anyway. To stay up that late, but he was like really he kept jumping in, this Gene Laratonda, about plane debris. So what I would have said was, and what I'm going to say now is, and so if Gene Laratonda's watching this, I want Gene Laratonda to, here's a challenge for him, I want him to show me a chain of custody documents in any of the investigation files that happened of one piece of plane debris.
All right.
That's my challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Inventoried and what happened to that plane debris. And then secondly, I want him to prove to me through documentation that that plane debris of the 4 planes, name me one plane that is matched by serial number and documented.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then
Because if he can find that, he's found something I can't. And I've gone through them files, thousands of files, and I've even got thousands of printed files from the archive, not just digital. I've got them printed off in archive form for good keeping.
mm-hmm.
Because I've seen what they've done with the Madeline Amy Sweeney file, where part of it wasn't redacted and then all of a sudden was redacted. I've got 2 versions of that file and they're different redactions.
Yeah.
That's how I know her husband thought it was highly unusual with the core, but they kept butting in about this debris. Now, the third thing for Gene Laratonda, while he's talking about the plane debris, is I want him to look at my photo I've got from Flight 93, crash site, and I want him to identify that wing that is sitting on top of that container
Mm-hmm.
of alleged plane debris that doesn't match Flight 93 plane, doesn't match a 757-200. It does not match that plane. So where did that wing come from?
Yeah,
Did another plane just happen to be around and crash and they picked another? I don't think so. That wing's planted there and it's the wrong wing.
Yeah, I need to find out. That was for Flight 93 or
Yeah, if you go to my Substack and go to Flight 93, you'll see it, or United 93 at the top in the tabs, because I've actually broke it, which I said to everybody, I broke everything into tabs now to make it more organised for them. So if they want to find something, they can easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that one though. What was on top of it. I need to find exactly where it was. Wing 93, I think maybe like that. Independent analysis, probably. Do you
I think
remember?
it come under the wrong wing,
Yeah.
wing planted or something like that.
Yeah, and wrong wing. Okay, that'd be a good one. Wrong wing or planted wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking
Did
about
they
the
find the wrong?
yeah, speaking about that, but even yeah, I think it's right here. It was the wrong wing. here.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
So there's a wing
There
on
we
top
go.
here, wing or tail section, and the question
So-
is there a chance that this was
There
just a
you go.
random plane that they that added this, or are they saying that this was all the parts of the plane?
Well, they don't even. That's
Yeah.
never been put into any evidence. That top
Mhm.
thing on the top there, that's mysteriously disappeared. That has.
Yeah. I'm gonna post this there because I'll make a post about it. I'm actually gonna be making a post about you're saying that they're cutting through the spandrels and all that.
Yeah.
Because
I can send. When I get that, I can send you some.
Yeah.
Me and Conspiracy Cuba, we
Yeah.
was in a big debate with Steve Diak back in 2017 about the plane holes, or 2018, and Conspiracy Cuba did a whole video about them beams, saying we were both. I don't know whether it was intuitively, but we were both separate. Didn't know we were doing this together.
Mhm.
So I was looking at the beams, and he happened to be looking at them, and we did an analysis of them, and he done it better than I done it because he was into that, and he done a whole video on them. And if you look at some of the beams on the way they're cut, it's totally bogus what Richard Gage says about the beams
Yeah.
being knocked out and the bolts, whatever. The way that wing goes through, it goes through a spandrel. Well, that's
Mhm.
not bolted together, and it's sliced. So that is a complete nonsense what Gage or whoever else says that.
Oh no, but they also cut the actual column, not just the spandrel. The steel column itself is cut by the wingtip.
Yeah,
According to this, this is
Yeah.
and that's because so Gage literally said, "Oh, they never cut through it." Then I showed the footage, and they're quiet. They don't know what to say. And then
Because what I'm going to say is Richard Gage has not had an ounce of interest in the planes for all his time until recently.
Yeah, and that's because
Right. And he should stay out the plane debate.
Yeah.
He should stay out of it because he's not qualified or done any research, real research into the subject.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm gonna quickly actually go to the washroom. I'll be back.
Sorry to
Yeah.
come across like that,
No,
but
no.
it gets you like that because
Yeah,
he talks so much crap.
yeah. And he starts, but yeah, because once me and Norman started asking him questions on the Boston 9/11 Truth and the 9/11 War Room or Playroom, Gene Laratanda, yeah, he always tries to save whoever I'm asking the question for, and then he says, "Oh, it's kinetic velocity and blah blah blah," and then he would make up some stuff saying, "Oh no, it pushed it in. It didn't actually sever any stuff."
Well, exactly. Now this is what I'm going to quote here, more or less, but it'll be paraphrased. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He said in one of them 9/11 Boston, and I recall this because it came up about I think it was in Bob's interview or presentation he done. Now, when Jeff Hill rang Boeing, they confirmed a Boeing not capable of flying at 586 miles an hour at sea level or 700 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Gage craftily slipped in. Oh, well, they were talking about a civilian. They weren't talking about a civilian. They were talking about a civilian, not a military plane. Right. So let's just get to that point about a military plane and its capabilities. Even if a military plane was capable of doing that, we have photographic evidence disappearing, tail section disappearing, and impossible physics. Now, I'm sorry, military planes don't have wings disappearing and reappearing, right?
Yeah.
And then Gage will say, oh, well, that's because it was terrible footage. No, the Nordau footage of the second plane, I used that piece of footage for a specific reason because it came from a professional grade quality camera, right? It's not a piece of shit. It's a real quality piece of kit that they were using that day. And that's why that piece of analysis I done with the missing wing, I used that specifically, and I used it from the highest quality I could get of that footage, which was straight off their DVD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, definitely.
And that's what I used. And then you got the Lou Corsheen video. That there proves again that that is not a military plane, because military planes don't have wings disappearing all over the shop and its tail section.
I just don't know why it's not loading up. I want to play.
Sorry, I got on a bit of a rant there. But
No,
I've had to listen to Gage the last few weeks, and he talks nonsense.
Yeah, no. Gage is again. You've seen that photo. His emails is rgage33.
Yeah.
And he does the hand sign too. So he's a top level Freemason.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
like there's no way you can make this stuff up. Yeah. He's got 33.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he does that in
It's
the
not good.
stream, but he's really funny though. Like I think,
But how has he been reintroduced and repivoted into the plane debate?
it's because he has to. It's like basically, I think the closer we get into like getting other people waking up, they can't use the same old disinfo. They need to get slightly closer and then shift it. So they can't just say, "Oh, the planes were real, but it was demolition." Now it's like, okay, actually. It wasn't it wasn't an actual plane. It was a military one, and even Ace Baker, if you've seen one of those spam emails they're all sending, he lists out his view on 9/11. He still doesn't rule out hijacking. He says that there was a hijacking, and the phone calls are real, but the videos are CGI. So it's like
I've asked Ace Baker 3 times now. I've asked Ace Baker about his. What he put in that film, The Key. Now, this is where people can't get their head around. They won't let go of this. That section in that film, The Key, what he proposes about the Luma key being used to insert the graphic plane composited in using layering in that footage does not work. I've tried it myself. You cannot Luma key in using that plane because it cancels out the explosion.
Yeah. And
because of the brightness settings, and I've tried it myself with different software years ago.
But also, did you see
does not work.
Yeah, but did you see my video showing that it's not in sync? The nose of the actual quote plane is actually further out?
It's not. No, it's not.
Yeah,
and I've got some other footage. I'm going to send you some other footage from 2008 at that point, made by a guy called Steve Wright, who was on a program called Hardfire with Ace Baker, and I've got that in my archives. I'll have to send it to you. And they do exactly what you just did, that Steve Wright did, that you done about the plane.
Yeah. And the reason
Now-
I knew it wasn't in sync because the NIST report actually says that it decelerated. When but I never double checked their work, but I know how engineering reports are. They're not going to make an obvious, like, easy debunkable statement like that. So there was a deceleration.
Yes.
And again, this is when I made.
Oh, yes.
But I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna go watch and we'll be back.
Play that,
holding it
yeah.
in. Okay, I'll be playing it. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah.
And Norman had a message for you actually. He said that he just finished his 3-hour interview with Professor David Hughes, and he said he had a lot of good things to say about you, Hughes. So that's good.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and also
that's an honor, that is, with David Hughes.
yeah, and also I shared this earlier. Richard Gage is actually following you on Substack now.
Yes. Well, a lot of that crew was at one point.
Yeah, and so you saw this part right here where it goes through. It's clearly well past the nose.
Yes.
And what's his name? Fetzer. First he said it was synced, and then I said I showed it's not synced. Now he says it's like he's like, that's not the point. The point is that the nose is going the same velocity as the plane or something as it exits. I'm like, what's he talking about?
Well, the thing is, I sent Jim Fetzer a really good quality of the Alonso, or I can't remember the name, but it shows clearly it's dust.
Yeah, he thinks it's
ejection.
No, but he thinks that it's like so now he's saying that it was all those are photoshopped or video shopped. So basically, and I included this in the notes. That's a good time to look at the notes here. So I included in the notes about Fetzer. So Fetzer won't accept the nose out disinfo, that it's just a dust explosion. And you know how you sent them a photo? I sent them like 20 photos of all different footage. Yeah, and it's all different. Yeah. The nose, it's all the same. And then, but he will not let it go. And I personally think he has to keep hope alive for the nose out to prop up the CGI disinfo as a possible.
Yeah.
I think that's the main reason, and also make the obvious simplistic hologram when past a building, so his view is literally just a hologram going through with no regard of what the object is in between, and then also doing the manual fade to black, which I think it was just an electromagnetic interference, not an actual actual manual button there. So again, he needs to keep that alive.
There's a line scan, wasn't there, just before it?
Yeah, and speaking about these, like, they can't let go of stuff. So you know how Gene kept interrupting people and talking about the plane debris? He was also interrupting before other questions that are asked about the planes, and he was bringing up that the building was swaying on impact. Have you ever seen that?
That's
footage?
it.
Yeah.
Yes, I mentioned this the other day with Bob. Not Bob. Who was it? Oh yes, it was Bob. That what you found out about the plane was in the building.
Yeah.
And the explosion in swayed after. It happened when
Yeah, so
transfer momentum.
yeah, so Gene kept saying that it was on impact, and he would show a times seven times speed video, like just played by,
Yeah.
and he kept sharing that, and I'm pretty sure he made it or somebody else, but he used that. But when you do when you do a 7x speed, when you speed things up, frames are removed. So if
Yes.
so in other words, you're gonna see one frame, and then all of a sudden another one looks like it's moved. And then he actually emailed me after I showed him the second time when I got to share my screen. And then he says, "Oh, I appreciate your comments about the movement not happening till explosion." Then he wanted me to join the 9/11 war room and discuss it. So it's like, so and I said, and I said maybe later or something. But I forgot what I said. And I gave him a little tutorial on how things work. So for example, if you have a 10-second video at 30 frames per second, that gives 300 frames. But speeding it up by 10x makes it 1 second at 30 frames per second, giving 30 total frames. So you have 270 missing. So you can't use that. You need to use straightforward. Yeah, so that's that one. And then the other question Stephen F had for you earlier. Do you think Simon Shack is purposely deceptive or just ignorant?
Well, I've shown him to be purposely deceptive.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone one better. I can prove he's purposely deceptive.
Oh wow!
Because I've got him using videos that in the original of the Fernandez video, where he tried to say the helicopter's missing, it's actually visible in her original upload to YouTube in 2007. And then when he puts it in his film, I think it was going to be 18 months, 2 years later, in 2009, he's claiming the helicopter's missing.
Mm-hmm.
We've also got him editing out footage showing the helicopter in shot. He's deliberately manipulated footage to make you think that the footage is zoomed in, but it's not. It's zoomed out, and he's actually cropped it. I've covered. That's it. Yeah, on that screen, I've covered so much of Simon Shack and his deceptions. It has to be deliberate.
Mm-hmm. And
because you cannot be that stupid.
and his brother was sponsored by the Bin Laden family.
Yeah. And he's done work for the European Space Agency. And his dad worked for the UN. That is no way me knocking him. That his dad worked for the UN. His dad might have done great work for the UN, but it's a fact that his dad worked for the UN. His brother was sponsored by the Bin Laden family, or whoever in to do with the Bin Laden family, and he does work or has done work for the European Space Agency.
Yeah, definitely. And
you know, he had to come clean about that.
Yeah, that is fast. And then was he the one who made the nose out image? I think he had.
He's the one who claimed that all the videographers are liars and were part of the conspiracy. Like Jennifer Spell, he's never spoke to Jennifer Spell.
Yeah, but did he's the one who made this, right? This image? I cannot find this anywhere. Is this a fake image?
I've got something to say about that one on the screen, actually, because you're looking at the later version of that. I've got the earlier version where he deceptively phased out that other shadow bit over the top of the nose, what it's going into, to make it look an identical match.
Wow.
But he got caught out by that, by Anthony Lawson, you see. People have never heard of some of these people. Anthony Lawson caught him out on that. He done a whole point-for-point analysis of the early Simon Shack video, September Clues. Anthony Lawson did. I don't agree with everything Anthony Lawson says, because I think he may have believed the real plane, but he made some excellent points about that video, September Clues, and some of the things that was in it. And it's a deceptive film.
Yeah, definitely.
No doubt about that. And I can only conclude that he's done that deliberate. Must be deliberate, because he's never put any of the mistakes right.
And he's the guy with the King Kong, the King Kong windows. Is that the
King Kong? Yeah, and then called. I mean, Steve Diak pointed that out.
Yeah, so the King Kong
not
one.
Me, Steve Diak, and he's a video fake. He supports video fake, but he come clean, said this isn't working. We should look at this.
Yeah.
Now
this is not.
Diak pointed that out. Then he called us clowns and moved on. Called us a clown or something, and then didn't even admit he got that wrong.
Yeah. So this King Kong one, it's like the flat Earth nonsense. It's like they not no perspective.
What Simon Shack does, he exploits something called parallax. right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the video fakery people, and like the earlier ones such as BS Registration, Peggy Carter, all those. Killtown is another one. He put some stuff out about a guy called Gary Wells, and said he was the guy with the thick glasses who said he saw a grey plane. And Gary Wells was a comedian or actor or something, and they made his life crap
Oh.
by accusing him of all sorts.
Yeah, and that's also part of the strategy where you have these disinfo agents attacking actual like witnesses or victims.
Yeah.
And then they go talk to the mainstream media saying, "Hey, we're getting attacked by conspiracy theorists."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly what happens now. See that comment there they left, Shaq?
Yeah. Some of you
That was
clowns
in
are funny.
2018 or 17 or something like that. You clowns are funny. I must admit, I wonder how much money and efforts have been spent to this day to debunk the long WTC King Kong man.
You're saying the lone WTC King Kong man, the one person there, while ignoring the tons of piss poor CGI jobs. Like what? So instead of accepting, and has he corrected
So he's
it?
not admitting he's got it wrong.
Yeah.
Why isn't he? If you're a truth seeker, you'd say, "Hand up, I've got that wrong."
Oh, and it's at 3 o'clock in 30 minutes. Guess who's doing the debate? It's Fetzer and Gage.
Oh, Fetzer and Gage, yeah.
Yeah, I just got a
dear.
notification. Oh yeah, it's gonna be quite remarkable. So I'm gonna
That's
follow.
going to be a pantomime. Fetzer's actually asked. Fetzer twice now asked me onto his show.
Yeah. Fetzer is Fetzer is quite the character there, and he uses the old photo of himself because his current one, he's kind of like his face is melting. So have you seen the photo he uses for the?
I don't know where he gets his energy from. To be honest, at his age, he's a very, you know.
So
he had. I think he did have a heart attack, didn't he, or something?
Wow.
Not so long ago.
Oh yeah. So apparently, yes. Also, Simon Shack. Apparently, he says that NASA and European Space Agency are big hoax. But he worked for it. Actually, he actually worked for the ESA.
Yeah.
So that's strange. Yeah. So this is the photo that he's using right here. And yeah. And you are right. So how does Fetzer have so much energy? But have you seen his Fetzer's his old like I mean his credentials? Like he was a military guy.
Yeah, oh yeah. That guy. I become aware of Fetzer back in 2005 or 6 or something like that. He was on a program called Black Op Radio years ago with Leno Sanic.
Interesting name, Black Op. Okay.
He started out a lot to do with JFK because I was a big JFK buff back in the late 80s. I got into that stuff, and that's how I become aware of it. So I've got about 3 or 4 of his books on the JFK assassination, funny enough, and I think I got one on 9/11 as well that he done in 2007. So I used to like Fetzer.
Oh wow, yeah.
As in, like, he did some really good stuff with JFK, but some of the stuff he goes off the I don't agree with. But I didn't realise perhaps what his role is until I got to know Andrew Johnson back in 2008 and met Andrew. And I think it was about 2007 or 8, I become aware of the Dr. Judy Wood stuff and got a book. Actually met her in 2010 or 11, 2011, might have been 11, which I videoed that talk that her and Andrew did. She actually visited my hometown. I couldn't believe it. Signed my book for me. Now, you know, a lot of this stuff there's things I remember back to do the 9/11 right the way back to 2003, well, 4. You know, and now he was a big proponent at pushing Ace Baker, you see, and Killtown.
Yeah.
Fetzer was.
So when I see Fetzer, yeah, go on.
That could have been taken as innocent.
No. What do you mean?
But I suspect when they pulled that stunt with that suicide thing with Ace Baker, I suspect that was
that's
nefarious.
Yeah, and that's when Fetzer, he says he lost his radio show because of that. He called
that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I remember.
that's one strategy my view the disinfo agents do is they can't get themselves too big to wake up people, so they always have to have some sort of controversy where they get shut down.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this about Fetzer. He was quite an early pioneer
Yeah.
of doing radio shows, but you could go to the website and look at what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It was like an interactive thing.
Yeah. But,
so he was quite a bit of a pioneer in that sort of regard.
yeah, usually how it is.
Fetzer was.
You usually get
You
them
know.
in there before normal people get on. And then I
Yeah,
also
yeah.
want because you like numerology. This is when he was discharged from the army, so honorably discharged, and he was Captain James Henry Fetzer. He was discharged on June 11th, so the 6th month, 11th,
Yeah.
1966. So all these are just numbers 1 and 9, like inverted. So 6 is just an upside down 9. So everything is so
Wow.
June 11th. So it's basically 6/11. Yeah, 6/11 or 9/11. Everything's 9/11.
Yeah, yeah.
This is an interesting little tidbit there. Yeah, so that is Gage. I think they're having a debate soon, and I just want to go over some of the notes to see because you wanted to bring up the Richard Hall stuff first. Here's some random notes, and we can go back in the 9/11 plane stuff. Did you want to make I think a plea for Richard Hall's case and also the Lewis Trust for his son? So that is we're gonna just.
Oh yes, yes. If anybody's aware of what's happened with Richard D. Hall with this Manchester Arena incident investigation he done, he was pursued quite viciously by the powers that be, the establishment, through other means, through other channels. People operating, in my opinion, as a shop front, they've gone after him and they're trying to bankrupt the guy and basically make him homeless. Now, he did have a lot of support for his trial with funding from his supporters, such as myself. But if anybody at this point he's in quite a bit of a situation where his son could be made homeless, along with Richard.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody wants to donate, it doesn't matter how big or small, anything helps. Just if you go on that site, what's on there, just give what you can just to help, because he needs to raise, I think the goal is £135,000 in case he has to secure funding if his son is made homeless. So it's a pretty serious situation, which should tell you that what he was actually researching to do with that case is very, very, very sensitive to the powers that be. Very sensitive. And I'm telling you, they went after him in a serious style. Some of the newspaper headlines about him were absolutely vicious.
Yeah.
Now, I know Richard's a strong person, but they really viciously attacked him and they've gone after him. So if anybody can help and donate there, just please do, because it's horrendous what they've done. It's horrendous.
Yeah, and so I have some questions because he raised a lot of money for that, and then because he raised I think over $100,000. So like, and now he's saying the legal fees and all that, even though the actual fine was like $50,000, or what was the?
I think they got I think it would have been about 40,000 for the claimants, the two claimants. But the legal fees, I think overall, I think it's, if you include that, it's £279,000.
Holy.
Which is like, oof,
and then
that's just.
So what if he were to go back in time and all he did was accept that fine? So you would just pay the 40,000?
No, he wouldn't know what it is. They have done him. They've tried to do him on two things, which was harassment, which is just, I don't know how they've even defined that. He's had literally no contact with them.
Yeah.
And not really gone to town on them in the film. And I think the other one was to do with data protection, which I don't know how that stands, because I don't know how he would have violated their data protection. Not like he's put their name and address or whatever onto the internet or anything like that. So I'm not too. I mean, the whole case was an absolute charade of. It was an unfair case. He couldn't even defend himself using the evidence they wanted to submit. I'll just clarify this, okay? The two people who claim they were injured in this foyer at the Manchester Arena, apparently, you had CCTV. Now, Richard, from the inquiry that happened, the inquiry that they ran, he managed to download a lot of the CCTV that hadn't been seen before. So he put this into like a program where you could, I mean, it was meticulous. I think it took him a good few months to do this, the downloading and then organising everything. You put it in where you could watch the different CCTV pieces of footage. Now, Richard requested at the trial that he wanted the CCTV right up until just before the alleged bomb went off, because this would prove whether these two people were in the CCTV. Because apparently, from my understanding, I think from reading the trial transcripts, I'm not sure whether they submitted to prove that they were there. I think it was an invoice or something that was put in as evidence. Well, anybody could get an invoice put in, but I don't think they could show a payment. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was something along them lines. And I don't think there was a ticket stub put into evidence. I may be wrong about that, but that's just where I'm going off. It's a few months since I read that stuff. But yeah, but the judge or whoever was running that case refused the CCTV. Now, my contention with that is that would have proved, that could have destroyed Richard if they'd have just said, look, well, there we are, look, we're on the CCTV just before we said, where we said we was. So why has the judge blocked that CCTV? It's almost like they've got something to hide. That makes you feel like that, doesn't it?
And it's also, I think, setting an example for him. And here's that. Here's the full database. I downloaded before he had to delete all of his stuff on his website.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I always promote the Hive blockchain. So you can even if the court order says delete all your stuff, you can't even personally delete it.
No, exactly.
That's why I put my stuff there. But yeah. And have you seen what that same guy, that Hibbert guy, he actually has been trolling Richard Hall on X.
But this is the thing. For 60, 70 days, he was putting out stuff on his X account.
It says right here, Crisis Actors Academy, and he has the other guy. Forgot his name. Yeah.
Oh, that's Ian Davis.
Yeah. So this is Hibbert posting it on him, and I post the full video here. I'll write underneath it, like, stop mocking Richard just because he's sweaty for being a liar and clown. He didn't reply to me or delete me, so that's interesting.
Has he deleted that? Has he?
No, he hasn't deleted it, but he has. I think he made it now. You can't. Now you can't. People the author can reply. So now you can't reply. After I said this, he removed reply. Like, he prevented me from replying. But I did this before he blocked me. So I got under his video.
I'm not being funny. If you were somebody who apparently has been harassed by somebody, the last thing you would be doing is posting ridiculing things on X about that person.
Yeah, and that person and his family is going being homeless. Like, that's again, this person is not a normal person right here.
It's very odd that he's doing this type of behaviour. And the thing is, he had a lot of views, but hardly any likes if you go through them all.
Yeah, because he is not a...
So look, he had 741 views on that post, but only 3 likes.
And now, and I think he also made it so that nobody nobody replies. There's another person here. Another, he was always the crisis actor. Hard to believe he conned so many people with his fake journalism. This person right here is a fake journalist, mainstream media reporter. Yeah, it is truly sad there. And this one here says he needs to raise 135,000. And again, again, going back to that question. So just for even like our sake. So if the government goes after us, would it be easier if he just accepted all charges, or would that have been worse? If he instead of trying to fight back?
Well, this is the interesting thing. He offered to redact stuff out of the film or the book or whatever. I don't know. He offered to try and remedy this for them, and they didn't. They took no notice. They didn't take up on that. So it's a very, very. I think there's a very telling things. Now the BBC were behind a lot of this. Who had his YouTube channel took down. Now let's just look at Mariana Spring, the person who's accused Richard of harassing people or writing things or nasty things. Okay, he categorically told her he wasn't interested in taking part in her panorama program, right?
Yeah.
Then he followed up. There was another after other emails she sent to him. He told her in no uncertain terms, "Don't contact me again." He doesn't want to be part of it. Don't contact me again. She went against his wishes.
Yeah.
Travelled all the way down to Merthyr Tydfil in Wales, where Richard lives. Doorstepped him at his stall with a camera crew, right? Against his wishes that he didn't want any contact with her. Now, couldn't that be deemed harassment?
Yeah,
What she's accusing him, yet he never doorstepped the Hibbits.
Yeah, it's obviously what's happening there, and again,
So what she's accusing him of, which is looking at that, look at all the times the BBC's in there.
Email, and then they got his YouTube channel shut down, and then shortly after the market stall shut down. Right after they did the disaster troll series.
That's right.
Disaster deniers. It's like, how much money is getting into this nonsense?
The thing is, how did the BBC know about information to do with the solicitors and stuff before Richard did?
Yeah.
They informed him of certain things, the BBC.
Yeah, they told him that he was getting sued? Is that what happened?
There's something along the email BBC, a claim has been filed further to this.
Yeah.
So
it says here, first mention of intended legal action right here. Email from BBC was the first mention of intended legal action.
Yeah.
So the BBC knew he was getting sued.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's absolutely.
So it's you know, it's not great what's happened there, and it's very telling. I mean, look at the BBC. She pursued him. They drove all the way to Merthyr Tydfil after he said, "I don't want no contact with you." So what do? They drive all the way down there, and they got a camera crew. Right, now, you could deem that as harassment. I mean, if you go back to the Madeleine McCann case, you had a lady called Brenda Leyland, I think her name was. She was doorstepped by Sky News.
Yeah, I made a full video.
She ended up killing herself, apparently.
That was the I made a full
died, I think. Yeah.
Let's go to my I made a full segment on that based on Richard Hall's work. That actually Pitsgate was actually what woke me up. All my videos have been deleted by YouTube. So I have to go to but I posted everywhere else. And so the Brenda Leyland and in the let's see, go down. Where's the full playlist? Okay, there's the playlist. I just put the wrong links. So I'll show you the Brenda Leyland one. This is gonna be this person right here. So Sky News went after her as Brenda Leyland.
That's the lady there, yeah.
And then there's harassed her, and apparently she I think she committed suicide, or she died, or what was the
something along them lines, I'm sure.
Yeah, and speaking about, like, again, Richard's info are pretty eye-opening. One of them regarding the McCanns, They had like
Yes.
it was like a BBC news clip about someone saying that that she's noticing on social media a whole bunch of people are attacking the McCanns and so on, and they blocked out her face, except they showed her legs, and her legs are huge, and that's his sister.
Oh God.
You see,
Oh
I'm not
God.
sure if you've seen that one, but it's actually her sister. It's like her sister, his sister.
Yeah.
I mean, his sister is like really large, has like really large ankles. Like you
Yeah.
could spot them from a mile away. And then BBC had like an anonymous person talking about how much attacks she's getting because she's trying to defend the McCanns, and it's actually his sister. And
But
yeah.
I know somebody who's seen the McCanns in like a farm. Now one of these places where you go for the animals, and they got like shops there and stuff, and the kids can play and feed the
a
animals.
zoo,
They were at one of them
zoo,
parks, yeah.
a zoo, one of those
Yeah,
zoos.
similar thing like that.
Okay.
But they happened to be there. This was weeks after, or I
Oh
think.
wow.
Yeah,
So with
and
the
they spotted them there.
at
They
the
they had to look twice at them.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah, that is so maybe but I do think Madeline like I agree with Richard's conclusion that she likely died.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I knew a
at the-
woman who done a lot of research on that. Who Richard took used some of her research on the forum.
Mhm.
I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I actually met her at one of Richard's events. Or you're talking
Mhm.
probably 10, 11 years ago
Yeah.
easily.
And how is Richard doing right now? Have you talked to him recently? I've been trying to get him on my stream for the longest time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I haven't spoke to Richard for about, it's got to be over a year
Okay.
now. Yeah. I've sent him the odd message, but I think he went to ground quite a lot, and I think he had too much on. I did send Richard some. I was in contact with him before, well, leading up to the trial, because I sent him some things that he included in his defence for the trial
Okay.
that I'd noticed about certain contradictions in the statements to do with Martin Hibbett that he'd made in podcasts and in the papers about when he first heard of Richard or hadn't heard of him. So he contradicted himself, and I think Richard used some of that in his defence case, I think. And there were some other things, but mentioned. One of the things I noticed, which was in Richard's film, was about Richard sort of alluded that perhaps Hibbett may have thought he was being involved in a different type of scenario, like a gunshot incident, rather than a bombing incident. Well, interestingly, on the evening of the Manchester attack, Oldham Royal Hospital was in lockdown apparently because of a gunman with a gun outside or inside.
Mhm.
Now, is that some type of coincidence? But I've passed that information on to Richard to look into. I don't know if he ever did, but I've also passed it on to another researcher called Pig Huey, who goes under that name, who's done a lot of work on the Manchester Arena, along with Ian Davies and David Hughes, to do with this Oldham lockdown of the hospital on the night because of a gunman. A lot of people have poo-pooed that, and there was another article saying that the council were forced to withdraw to clarify that never happened.
Mhm.
But we have, or I don't. Well, I don't have. I passed on that information to this Pig Huey, and she's looked into it because she's more into that stuff, and she's pursuing them lines. And the person who got a lot of flack for reporting that, who was there at that hospital.
Wow. But yeah, you see these photos I'm showing? I've never seen these
Yeah.
before. Is it this one? He's literally mocking Richard for being 300K in debt because of the legal fees.
Yeah. Well, if you go on Good Morning Britain or whatever it's called these days, I only seen it because I've seen it on YouTube. The interview with Martin Hibbett, and he's talking about how painful it's going to be for Richard. This is before there's any decision. on the trial, whether he's won or not. And some of the things he said, the actual interviewer had to step in because he was getting quite near the mark.
Mm-hmm. And look, and now I can't reply to this, so I can't even reply to his own stuff here. And I didn't realize how many he has. Have you seen all these? Like, this is unbelievable, the amount of.
Yeah,
This is
there's 70 days, I think there is 70 days.
This is obsessive. Yeah, this is June 17th, 21 days since Richard Hall, and then it's like, how can someone have, like, again, such a evil person? Oh, he has the moon in there too. He has the
You see, if you look at the logo that he goes by with the, I think might be to do with the charity. It's the compass, not the compass. The oh, it might be the compass actually.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to get that up.
Which one?
His charity that he does a lot of charity that he signed up to.
Yeah, and
Not inhibit.
but yeah,
The logo's very, very interesting.
all right, and but yeah, the chat people are saying some of them aren't sure, but they haven't looked at the Richard Hall case. So which charity is it, and then we'll go back into the 9/11 stuff. Just because
We got sidetracked there.
This one here,
but
Martin B. Charity, this one.
No, there's a picture of him and it's behind. I'll have to
Okay,
see
yeah.
if I can.
But this is
You type it in on
fascinating
Google,
stuff.
I'm sure you get it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, going back to the 9/11 stuff. Yeah. So again, that's guys, and anyone please donate as much as you can because we have literally the actual what's a crisis actor like going after Richard, and then blocking anyone or not, he's just preventing anyone from replying. So here's another one, another Richard Gage. Have you seen this clip where he admits Hutchinson effect is real, but it's only been done by Hutchinson? That's according to Richard Gage. Have you seen this one?
No, I haven't. No.
This was a recent. This was in his quote preparation for the debate with Fetzer.
Yeah.
And so this is what I mean by like the more we push, the disinfo agents need to be they need to be like more they need to get closer to the truth. So here's Richard Gage. He's arguing. Let's see if this works properly. Okay, it doesn't. I hate when it doesn't work there. So now we are stuck. I'm gonna click on 1 second. Gauge. So it's like I don't know why it takes so long. Sometimes it doesn't work on the web. So I will share.
It comes down every house.
Okay, I'm gonna have to see how we could do this. Okay, this is I hate when stuff like this happens. I'm gonna go and quickly save this and trailer meta. But I'll do that for later then. But basically he says that Hutchinson effect couldn't have been what took down the towers because it's only been proven to be, yeah, it just doesn't work. I don't know what I hate when stuff like this happens. I'm gonna go quickly 1 second if I could do it or not. Yeah. So anyways, I'll ask if Norman's here, if you can send a link here to Rumble or something, just because I don't know. I hate how this can't open. Okay. Anyways, we are stuck with there. And I'll figure out how to do this next time. Anyways, let's continue further. Yeah, but basically he says that, and I read this out earlier. Yeah, so basically he's admitting anti-gravity and free energy tech is real. He's literally saying that the only directed energy weapons that's ever been shown was Hutchinson effect. And he says that it's only been done like to levitate steel and do that steel only by Hutchinson and only in a small tabletop experiment. And he's implying that it's never been done by military or anything. And if
hang on, but Hutchinson had involvement with the military, didn't he, Colonel John Alexander?
Well, they actually went and investigated Hutchinson effect stuff, and John told me they filmed for like I think a month or two, a month to 3 months, and they had like he said they had like 30 hours of footage, but they classified it all, and they didn't let him have anything.
That's it.
Yeah, so they classified all the footage, and they wouldn't even let him have it, not even him personally.
Well, that tells you everything. You need to know.
Yeah. And they're basically seeing what he has, and he thinks that his lab was taken because they didn't want him to keep doing that, and also he also had like they raided his house in Vancouver in the near the year 2000 due to quote complaints from neighbors about
Yeah.
some of the effects affecting their stuff. And then they actually went with a gun and told him to sit down like on the ground in the lobby while they went and looked through everything.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So
But he was doing experiments that I think they had the pipes burst and the
Yeah.
concrete cracking up and all sorts, wasn't there?
yeah. He was saying like quite a distance away. Entire neighbors. Some neighbors said that their ornaments dissolved. Well, and there's footage of one of them literally saying the ornaments. I'll see if I can pop that up.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and again, Gage is if I could play the video. Okay, there's video. Okay, 911 Bridges says it's in his Substack. Yeah, so that's the thing. Whenever you post a video, please put a link so that it's playable outside of Telegram, because Telegram has to download the full thing. Let's see if it goes to here. He said it's in this article. So where's the Hutchison? Okay, this one here. I think it might be here.
It comes down at freefall. How is directed energy weapons going to achieve any kind of accuracy like that? The most advanced example of the use of energy to affect steel is the Hutchinson effect, which has only been experimented on by Hutchinson in small tabletop exercises. This is ludicrous to imagine that all these columns could be targeted independently to be taken out all at once and on each floor, subsequently synchronized floor by floor. And these fire.
Anyways, so he's you could when he raises his voice and like that, to me that's like a tell where he's like he's doing persuasion. He's not actually.
Did you notice he's actually pronouncing his name wrong?
He says Hutchinson. Yeah, he says Hutchinson.
Yeah,
and the guy that
Hutchinson.
made a hit, I'm not sure if the Robert Murray Smith, have you seen the video where he does a hit piece on John Hutchinson? He also spells it wrong too. Hutchinson. It's like
that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah,
right there about who's pulling that strings for him to get him to talk. You obviously don't know the person he's really talking about, does he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you wouldn't get his name that wrong.
And my view, I think one part of that is so that it's hard to be picked up. It gets difficult to be picked up by either people or just search engines. So when you search Hutchinson in this, it doesn't show up. It search Hutchinson. It's similar to Kurt Weldon. He called Judy Wood Judith Wood. Yeah. He called her Judith. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Yeah, and usually they call her Judy Woods with an S.
Yeah,
he was calling her Judith.
Get that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but if you listen to him again when he says the most advanced, he pauses a good like 5 seconds.
Experimented on by Hutchinson in small.
Let's go back here.
The only piece of energy to affect steel is the Hutchinson effect.
Go back
example here. Of the use most
right
any kind of accuracy like that. The most advanced example.
Okay, see how long it's like a 5 second pause just to say the most, and he's like thinking, I can't let my 33 degree.
Was the auto cue playing up?
The which one?
Was the auto cue playing up on his screen?
The auto cue? Which one? What do you mean?
It sounds very scripted when he's talking.
No, he is. Yeah, he is. The way
I've already really had auto cue on the screen.
Okay, yeah.
He's trying to read off the screen.
yeah, he's probably reading it. It's like, oh man, I have to talk about him.
I'm only joking, just kidding.
No, but he is playing a script. You can tell the way he raises his voice and when he's trying to like elaborate specific points. So let's see how he's trying to need for persuade. But the other big thing, he's literally admitting that free energy anti-gravity tech exists, but he's saying only in a small scale, and let's just ignore it.
Well, you see, he's very telling because it stands out that he uses neuro-linguistic programming skills.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And he has to know. He has to be.
Yeah, and
doing things like that. You see, stands out.
But what's interesting is, in the Boston 9/11 Truth, before when I first got on, he would interrupt a lot. Like he would interrupt when I asked questions, but gradually with time, he started avoiding it because. I think mainly because we clip out stuff he says, and then Norman like pretty much shares it in his face. The other one, he told me that when I showed him that there's very little heat, he said that his presentation debunks my photos. I'm not sure if you've seen that one.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So that's when I'm like, all right, he's like losing control of himself. presentation.
I think he's on a slippery slide, isn't he? Down, I think. Really, because you can't defend the indefensible.
Yeah.
You know, the evidence. I mean,
your photos.
I think it's
I think
very
my
telling that
presentation debunks.
Whoops. Yeah, I was going to play this. Yeah, what was that?
I think this guy is obviously repivoted and repackaging it with the planes and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're all doing that, and I personally think it's because of us, because of you, Norman. Mainly you, Norman, pushing it wide, and Norman doesn't sleep, so that's
No, he doesn't. Does he?
I basically give him the info, and he does everything else. Well, when I make some stuff, I'm like, yeah, you could upload anywhere you want. So this one right here is when I realized, okay, Gage, what are you doing here? He actually got me to pause. Let's see.
I think my presentation debunks your photos. I think my presentation debunks your photos.
I think my presentation debunks your photos.
Yeah. So
I think my presentation debunks your photos. I think my presentation.
Yeah, so I'm showing him like photos of like literally people walking on rubble that he says is molten like 1400 degrees, and I'm like, this is evidence. So you can't debunk evidence.
Well, how did firemen's steel toe cap boots melt with their feet still in it unburnt?
Yeah, that's how it is.
How?
That's a good question.
How?
If it did, it's a Hudson effect. Otherwise, it's a planted story. Yeah, it's one of those where you kind of like leave things open. If it's a planted story or not, it still serves our purpose. And then again, this part here, it's like there's a sphere standing above the rubble. Like, what do you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that rubble pile didn't really get much above the lobby, did it? Or if it did, don't you know?
No, but this is a lobby. The lobby's right here.
Yeah, it's not really. It's not even above the lobby.
You know, I know, but can you like think of this very, very slowly? The lobby is the bottom of the 110th floor building. The lobby is standing above the top of the building. So then, why is this standing above anything? It's like if you have a house, if you have a house and it falls in, would your door be standing above the roof?
No, no.
And it's perfectly
and
still.
The thing is with that, you know, as well, is the seismic readings. There's such a dead giveaway with the S and the P wave vacant out of them.
Yeah.
Shows it's not a kinetic, not a controlled demolition, not a global collapse either. It's just a slam dunk. That is, you can't beat that. But did you know the actual plane, the first plane, rumbled the ground more than, lasted longer than the whole building collapsing. So a plane crash lasted longer than the whole building.
Yeah, you made that. You made that point before. I haven't double checked that, but I did. I think that makes that is reasonable because it was.
I think it's 12 seconds. I think the first plane.
Yeah, and again, going back to that seismic impact, it's like when you bring up these questions, this guy here who's been so first of all, we have Richard Gage saying that he needs help to prove planes hit it, but he's been getting money for 20 years, and he hasn't looked at planes evidence. And then David Chandler, he's a high school physics teacher that he's been doing lectures and so on. And then you ask him about the seismic impacts. He literally says, "I'm not a seismologist." Have you've seen that clip or no?
Yes, I've seen it. I watched these. Yeah.
So I made this emoji after it, and then
measuring things. The building falling, could it be measured on the Richter scale?
Well, there were, when it fell, it created seismic waves that were picked up. I don't remember the names of the places. I never looked into that, but Ted Walter, who I was doing this paper with, has done some, and then there's some other guys who have looked at the seismic signals that they picked up from 9/11.
Yeah. The second part of that question was, what seismic readings could we expect? Do you have?
I'm not a seismologist, so let's go on. I'm not a seismologist, so let's go on.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
because like he says, the seismic waves made it.
Yeah, and if you like put this through a statement analysis, notice how this is a question he kept like swallowing. He's kept like just wondering. His voice started to like crackle a bit. He's like, Mike, and then Richard Gate is like, you're on your own here.
Yeah, because he's normally quick enough to step in, isn't he, Gage?
Yeah,
I've noticed in the things to salvage stuff.
And Norman is very, very clever here because they know they hate when he asks questions. So he actually asked Richard Gage's wife, Gail, to ask that to them. So she was reading out his question.
Yeah. That's cool, that is. That's like, wow.
And Richard Gage is like, why are you? He's like, why are you?
I mean, Norman, he's just like he's non-stop on it, isn't he? He's like,
yeah.
I don't know how he's like he's constantly online.
Yeah, well, and the other part is the computer's so slow. That's why I bought him a new computer. Once he starts
Oh,
using
yes, yeah. That's very admirable of you to do that.
When I talk to him, he'll still uses Windows 8. So.
All right, I have got a computer with that on.
Really?
Just about work, but
Okay.
I think his works better than mine. But mine's terrible. The one I had, my other computer, not this one.
It's probably faster than Norman's. But yeah. And
he does a good job if he's on Windows 8. I don't know how he does that. 'Cause mine's more or less
so I got him
up on me.
So I got him Windows 11, but he says he'll switch to it once 9/11's done because he doesn't want to shift everything over and then try to work with it. So, but it's gonna be like 4 or 5 times faster than his other one. All right. So here's some of the other stuff here, and then basically I just want to see what other notes we have here. And then one thing I want to bring up is because you actually got me to make this one. So do you remember the wings disappearing in the synced one?
So, yes.
Yeah. So what's interesting is
fantastic.
Yeah. So but then the other one is there's the other clip of them not synced as well. Okay. I don't know why.
That's it.
Oh, this one's not. When this happens, I just don't understand why this happens. Okay, I'm gonna have to do trailer. Yeah. So this was the unsynced one. Here's the synced one. Let's see if this plays better.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, so this is the one where when it was done at the exact same time, to me, there's just no way you can state that this is anything but an actual physical thingy happening.
Yeah.
And then
absolutely.
Yeah, but not all of them are synced. Have you remember the ones that you told me to check out the Luke? So I said this one here, but I just don't know why it doesn't play on my web Telegram. I don't understand. So this one right here, they don't actually. I'm gonna go.
They're not all synced together, are they? On that one, now I remember that.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly see because this is when I'm gonna have to start uploading these on YouTube. Just because Telegram. Yeah, this is the trailer. Where's the trailer? I think this was a trailer here. No, not this trailer. In her, she made the French alchemy.
Oh yes, that reminds me. I've got to get back to somebody, KT, about. He asked me some questions. He just reminded me.
So yeah, so
get back to him about that.
So I'm gonna just go straight to here, because she used this footage, and I think Norman sent her this one. So here's the and I have it slow motion. Yeah. So this is this reinforces it's something physical because you have some of them synced, some of them not synced. So it depends on the angle you're looking at, the actual footage you're using.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then if you go back out, so the wing is, and this one's the left wing. This one's the left wing. This one's right wing. This one is like in and out. So yeah.
Very, very strange.
And notice they don't look like actual planes. Like that's the thing. Like here's an actual plane that I.
No, they don't.
And
no, they don't.
The other thing is the noise too, because I used to live near an airport, and every time it flies over, the whole living room table would shake.
Yes. I've had that because I used to. I'm over by a flight path, and you can feel it if you're in bed.
Yeah. So here is this was the Hong Kong. This is 1998 footage. So 1998 footage, you have footage that actually looks like a plane. And look at the sound.
Right.
That's an actual plane.
It's undeniable.
Yeah. And the wings aren't disappearing. And notice how slow it's going, because that's the noise of a slow plane.
Yeah.
And I actually lowered the audio because it hurts my ears, so I make it so that it's not too loud when I upload it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and the other one is I took an actual footage plane. sound, I think. Plane sound. Here's one I took. And look how far away it is. And notice how it looks like a plane. And it's so far away. But okay, so here's a plane. Look at the sound. Look how far away I am.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Notice how you can see everything. And look how...
Yeah. Well, this was the one thing I noticed was
and the lights,
one article.
And look at the wing lights. The wing lights are
oh yeah, the
strobe lights, yeah.
You see, the thing is, the one thing I noticed was with some of this stuff is with the plane, you've got that there's trouble. I mean, this can answer why some people saw a small plane, some people thought they saw a large plane, some people thought they saw a missile or rocket. It answers precisely what the problem is. I mean, if you look at like the Hezekani, you got the wing that's disappearing on the left. That's also caught in Carmen Taylor's photograph as well. So this projection system or cloaking system, it didn't work particularly well, which is why I think they went rounding up a lot of the videos to check on, you know, whether it was convincing. And the only place I would say about any video fakery is they may have touched some photographs or videos up after the fact. That they may have done to make the play more convincing. I know that definitely there's people working who are supposed to be truthers who will go, they are adjusting videos. And once you start piddling about with them with AI and stuff and upscaling, that video is it's worthless really. You may have rendered that video as a historical archive piece of footage. It becomes worthless because it's not the original.
Yeah.
If you mess with it. And that's what's happened with some of these popular channels now on YouTube. They've repackaged these videos. They've upscaled them. And what you get with that is you get something called motion interpolation. So you're getting artificially generated frames in between the originals. So, and they can, I call it, they rewrite history with the videos now. They've done that. I think 9/11 analysis video is one of them. He actually admitted a few months ago to removing a plane or inserting a plane into a video.
Wow.
Now, what are these people doing? They're meant to be like doing it for archive purposes, yet they're upscaling stuff and they're messing about with it.
Yeah, and I think it's part like I think half of it is nefarious and the other half is influencers just trying to use AI for whatever. Because because not a lot of them still believe in the this fairy tale, but again, look at this one right here. If you were to upscale it, you might actually get wings. So Red Bull gets you wings, AI gives you wings.
There's nothing there. There's nothing there at all.
And if you look at it, so notice this one here. This one's a gray background. Now this is gone. This one's a blue background. The wing is still gone. But the only plane that looks like a plane is the mystery plane. Look at this photo. There's no debate.
Yeah.
And
see, the thing is, what I noticed was in a study I done was you had a wing in deep shadow. So a lot of people say, "Oh, look, but the sunlight's bouncing off the hologram. Can't happen." Well, my contention is what I did. If you've got a wing that's in dark shadow, it should be picked up as dark shadow in different videos at the same moments in time. But if you look at some of the videos, the shadows are completely inconsistent. So there's something very, very wrong there. You've just got it. Look at this.
So which one? This one here is this one you're referring to?
Yeah. Now look at this is from the Scott Myers video on the right. And then this is from a video that surfaced on the left. A close up.
Well, it's kind of like it's like glitching out. It's almost just
That should be in dark shadow.
Yeah, and it just looks. And it's not only just blurry, but it's not dark. This part is dark.
see the thing with that one on the left and on the and the one on the right, these were shot by people who were quite close. Scott Myers on the right, on the right there, he got a really good video camera on shot of that, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then you got this other one on the left. You can see some detail on the wings there, like you've got in Scott Myers. You can't say these are a piece of shit because they've even picked up all the windows and detail in the of the towers. They're not just a smooth background of the towers. You can see how the aluminium cladding. So this should be in dark shadow there on the left, and it's not.
Yeah.
So that's a dead giveaway that something's playing up with their projection or cloaking problems going on there.
This is another one right here.
Yeah, completely back to front. That is, look.
This one is dark shadow. Yeah, this one here is like dark shadow there. This one is slightly. Yeah, it should be higher there. So something is.
Yeah.
And this is an actual photo. This is a photograph, not a video.
That's took by Carmen Taylor off the ferry. It was 15 feet to Michael Hezekiah's right.
Yeah, and photographs, they can get more frames and merge them in together. So in my opinion, a photo showing a missing wing is like it's more telling than a video because video has to get all the frames quickly. This one you can have a longer exposure, and still showing nothing.
Yeah. That should be completely dark shadow there,
and it's also
there's nothing there at all on that one, is there?
And it's also teleporting straight into it. It's teleporting straight into this this wall, and then there's also people saying that the buildings were CGI. I don't take those seriously.
Well, we've had Shaq who says the whole crowd, people running up the street, was done with green screen and actors.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, how are you going to control all them people?
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's like making it even harder, isn't it, for the conspiracy rather than helpful?
Yeah, and so here's again all these stuff I find. I just search. If you go to my Telegram, search 9/11 planes research, and basically, it's like a lot of your stuff. Whatever I can find, and I usually take the photos mainly. Because like the photos speak for themselves, and then I put them all there.
I mean, some of these are made years ago. Some of these things can, that are knocked up years ago, really. And some stuff I was sat on, I just hadn't got round to writing up, you know. But I think going forward, like I say, I had a bit of a switch after the film where I wanted to pursue what really happened to these planes. And really drill down on the telemetry stuff and what we could find, and I started collecting a database of files, and there's such a lot revealed in them files of what was going on. I mean, I still haven't released everything, but I can let something on, which I mentioned before, which was I've got a Freedom of Information document from Cleveland Airport on 9/11. And it's for all the arrivals and departures. Now, Flight 93 is not on there. However, what is revealed on there is there's 2 flights that took off at the same time and went to 2 different destinations.
Okay.
Now,
the same time, 2 different.
That rings true a little bit with the duplicate flights that we found out with 11. 175, 77, and 93.
Oh yeah.
I can prove on the telemetry data it was not Flight 93 was in 2 different places.
If Flight 93.
How can that happen?
Yeah, planes still airborne, and then duplicate flights. Yeah, a link here. So I basically, let's see anything you throw in there, I put in there.
Yeah. I mean, that's a brilliant.
I think another thing I want to make, actually, I got an idea today when we were talking to Simon Shack. Basically, I'll say disinfo agents, and then basically.
Has Simon Shack been on there, has he?
Well, no, when you brought up Simon Shack, I just thought of making one right now. I'm gonna go disinfo agents. Basically, regarding the planes, something disappear. Basically, like put a link to what they said. Like for example, Simon Shack's gonna be on there.
Yeah.
Simon Shack, Jim Fetzer, because he's pushing the Ace Baker, And basically it's specify each point that they're making wrong, and list them. And I
Well,
also
you've also got, I can name a few on there I've written about in the past. You've got Peggy Carter. Peggy Carter. She used to go under another name. But did you know the name Peggy Carter is to do with a spy, a secret agent?
Really?
In a comic from 1966.
Really, I didn't know Peggy Carter.
So I don't know if some of these names that they use
I think it was a
are
spy.
actually operative names. You know, might be operative names.
Martial artist. She's a highly trained spy and technician. This one here?
Yes.
This is Peggy Carter. Okay. I've never heard of who Peggy Carter is in the Truth Movement.
Well, she promoted. I had a bit of a run-in with her with this other guy called Ryan Rodriguez called No Planes TV, and they tried to say that the Michael Hedekani video was fake because of all these points. And I made a half-an-hour video which completely debunked them, and so they didn't want to know after that. Or I think they might have been responsible for getting my YouTube channel took down or something like that. I don't know, but Steve Diak's another one.
Yeah, I put that. And then
I've had a few run-ins with him.
And there's a question right here. Stephen F says, is Mark making his own FOIAs? I mean FOIs, like freedom of information requests, or are you relying on other releases? Have you made your own?
No. I haven't personally. I've got quite a database of them, and I've found quite a few. I've been sat on the Cleveland one for quite a long time because at the time I was doing the book, which got railroaded with one thing and another with myself, and having, feeling like you want to write and stuff. But a lot of that stuff will come into play if I do the, with the book. Because I had so many things that happened. It's just railroad you, and so I put a lot into getting stuff onto the Substack really, because I switched from Blogger, my original Blogger. Everything went over to the Substack because it was a better platform for getting the numbers up, being seen, and
email.
I mean, my Blogger was shadow banned, and it's to do with Google. They throttle you anyway, don't they?
Yeah, and this one you get emailed directly to it, and Substack's getting like really, really big. So but yeah, you're getting a big following there.
But I am planning. I want to build a website. I want it integrated with all my documents, all the research, and I'm slowly organising this hard drive, which I've had full of stuff.
And how big is your hard drive? Just how big is the hard drive? Because I can help.
There's a terabyte.
Yeah, because I pay for if I go to MES.fm/Hutchison, so I pay for 5 terabytes to store 3 terabytes of so 2.6. So you can just store. I can make a folder for you, and you can store in there.
Yeah.
And then you can view it all online.
So what I'll do is when I've organised this stuff, because I've got to do the upgrade on the computer as well. I'm fed up about that being forced on us with Windows 11 and stuff. I mean, I am thinking about trying to go onto Linux.
Okay, yeah, because I'm using a Mac right now because I got it for cheap.
Yeah.
I got it for cheap, but it's all right.
Yeah, I've seen your setup. You showed a picture. It's very impressive with the double screens.
No, it's one screen now. I'll show you what
is it?
I changed it. So here's my new setup. Screen monitor. It's curved monitor.
That's it, curved. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna get a second screen, but I'm like, no, it's actually pretty fascinating. Okay, how do I even curved screen?
I remember seeing that. It was impressive with your desk as well.
Yeah, I think
all singing and dancing desk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Standing desk. Yeah. So this is the curved one, but this is my old desk, and now it goes up and down. So like you see throughout this live stream, I was going up and down. I was standing up and.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I could do with something like that.
Yeah, definitely. The curved screen is like a game changer. Just because. Yeah. Here's the thing.
Wow. Yeah.
I still Telegram. I don't know what's going on. I didn't have this much issues with my. Just Telegram on the web, it just doesn't load always. I'm gonna copy this maybe. Let's see if this works.
Okay. It's a bloody good setup you got there, though.
Yeah. Okay. It just there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just press the button. It goes up wherever you want it.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm using a Mac now though, so it's a bit different, but it's lightning fast. Like it's absolutely fast. Like when I would do like let's say when I would edit a video, live stream and render like 3 hour one, before it would take like 2 hours. I'll leave the computer just running. Now it's like 5 minutes, and you're good to go.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah, and I could do like
They're not cheap though, are they, Mac? They're not cheap.
I know they're not cheap. But my brother he got it for his work for free for just promotional thingy. And then so then he gave it to me for 3 payments of $500. So it's super expensive, $1,500. It retails like I think about close to 3,000. So that's
brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah. No, so that was good. And yeah, so and then the other part I want to bring up is that I also in the Excel file I also made the celebrities and unknowns on 9/11. So I also the unknown one was this one here. I'm not sure if you've seen this. I saw this recently. There's an unknown alleged passenger, allegedly military, allegedly swallowed a paper note on 9/11. Like have you?
Yes, yeah.
You've seen that?
I've seen that one, and they found it. That was that 11 or 77?
Well, I just saw from this viral clip right here, and I'll play this. Why is this not letting me click anything? Okay, there it is. I'll play this. This is a news report right here.
But the thing that stuck out to me the most was about if you swallow a note when you're dying.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You learned that at Dover. What is that exactly?
Yeah, so when I research a book, I always go to the experts and I say, here's my plot, and tell me how to make it even better. And I said to them, could you hide a secret message on your body that someone could find later? And they said to me at Dover that if you were on a plane that was going down and you did it early enough, if you ate a note, that the liquids in your stomach could potentially protect that paper. And they said to me, it's like the ultimate message in a bottle.
Wow.
And I said, that's amazing. They said, but it's happened already. I said, what are you talking about? They said on 9/11. And they explained to me that on 9/11, when they were going through the victims' bodies, they actually found a note, a secret note inside someone's stomach.
What did it say?
And that's what I said. I said, what did it say? And of course, they wouldn't tell me. I respect that privacy. But one of the things I thought it had to be someone in the military, because who has the wherewithal to think of that?
But the thing that stuck out to me.
Yeah. So someone's eating a paper note, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They come up with all these stories.
Daniel Llewellyn, what's his name? Lewin, yeah.
Lewin, yeah. Yeah, he is a very interesting character. He's another military guy. He might be him. He was an alleged first victim, was an IDF Special Forces officer, and then co-founded the billion-dollar Acme Technologies company. So if there's one person on an island, it's probably this guy. Yeah.
Well, there's something I found out that, I mean, there's 5 names on Flight 175 manifest that are missing passengers.
Yeah, and I think I'll have a quick look right here. So here's what I've done again. But before we go to that, I want to show this.
Larry there, yeah.
You know, there's Larry Silverstein missed work because of a doctor's appointment. Klaus Schwab, have you seen this one? He arrived in Manhattan. No. So Klaus Schwab arrived in Manhattan on 9/10 and rescheduled 9/11 meeting across the Twin Towers. And he says it was by pure chance. So Klaus. 9/11. So it's like all these names, big names. They're showing up for the party. So and then he wrote this: why 9/11 reminds us we must respond to fear with openness. So there's Klaus right there. And he wrote this article. That next morning, September 11th, I was planning to attend a meeting with newspaper editors directly across Twin Towers. For sheer coincidence, the meeting was rescheduled. All right. And again, he says on September 10th, my wife and I arrived in New York as I was to receive the Candlelight Award from the UN Secretary General Kofi Annan. And then so he met with and that night we had a very inspiring conversation with Annan and many members and partners of the World Economic Forum. All right, so they're dealing. You can't make this stuff up. Like if you make this stuff up, people think you just use AI as some sort of fake.
Yeah.
So there's also
Michael. Too coincidental.
There's also Michael Jackson. He missed his Twin Towers meeting because he spoke to his mom until 3 a.m. And then he also performed at Madison Square Garden on Manhattan at 9:10. You seen this one?
Oh, right. No, I wasn't aware of that one.
Yeah, so, and if you go here, this is Jackson, 3 a.m. And then 3 a.m., you know what 3 a.m. is? That's like the witching hour, or like the devil's hour.
That's right, yes.
Yes, and it's also even Wikipedia. So witching hour, devil's hour is a time when it's associated with 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Witches, demons, ghosts are thought to be appearing to most powerful. And there's a lot of music. Yeah.
Number 3 as well is also the lawyer's number in statement analysis.
Yeah, and this was his 30th anniversary special. Think about it, 30th
Oh,
anniversary
wow.
was on 2001.
Yeah.
So from September 7th to 10th. So it's like when everyone is like going in towards one area one time, you get out of that, get run out of the country.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, so that's a good thing about this Excel file. Is like anything I find, I put in there. And there's also Mark Wahlberg. He canceled his flight on 9/11.
Yes.
And then and then there's another part about how the disinfo works, where so he canceled his flight on 9/11 day before, and then he would make an outrageous statement, and then have to apologize for it. So, for example, Mark 9/11. Oh, this is Wahlberg. So he canceled it, and then he said, if I was on that plane with my kids, it wouldn't have went down like it did. He added that there would have been a lot of blood in that first class cabin, and then me saying, okay, we're going to land somewhere safely, don't worry. So again, it's an outlandish statement, but it's to get the viral statement that this actual hijacking actually happened.
Oh yeah.
So you keep
that's to make it more believable.
Well, yeah. So you get the people arguing against him, so that all the outrage is against this guy for being insensitive, but the subtext is propping up. Yeah, again, that's that part. And then and then you were talking. I think you were mentioning something about the not being in the flight manifest. So this is where before I have to go over there. So again, when you go to the notes, you can search up manifest, and it'll show up who is not in there. So I got Francis E. Grogan not included in flight manifest. Jesus Sanchez not included in flight manifest. Marion McFarland not included in flight manifest. And that's is that Seth MacFarlane's? Is that related to Seth MacFarlane in any way?
I did think that. I need to look into that. I only come across that myself recently. That them two names.
Oh, but this is 175. I think was McFarlane flight 11 or flight
11.
Oh, his 11. Okay, this was 75.
Yeah, so there might be different people. Yeah.
And there's Gerald Mark Bingham. So he's and then so basically you have all these 6 people without not in the flight manifest. You said there was 5. It says 6.
The United 93
is one of them. Yeah, Mark Bingham is 93.
175. I think there's 5 people that are not mentioned in the manifest.
No, you're right. These are the 5, and again, all the links are pretty much yours. all the links are your Substack.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So and again, it helps because the passengers, because you're dealing with a numbers game, it matters that you get everything, so you can't just be like, oh
yes,
one person's a fake. Let's say someone had a fake XF data or whatever. You can't just be like, oh, they're all fake. No, well, there's a bunch of other stuff. Not all. Not all of them, I would assume, had fake XF data. But then the other thing is that if all of them were fake XF datas, that more likely points towards they just didn't update the date of the thing. So that's another thing. If you were to find that they all had it, you could argue that somehow they didn't change the XF data. But if there were some of them, not all of them, then you could be like, okay, for sure that it was the pre-planned. Okay. Okay.
Stephen says, very odd.
Yeah. Stephen F says they look very similar. Look her up. Marianne McFarland. So apparently Marianne McFarland looks like Seth MacFarlane. That's what I was told.
All right.
Whoops.
That's interesting.
Okay, this is another thing about the Macs. It's like copy. I'm gonna copy this. Sometimes I can't copy paste properly. Okay, there it is. Marianne McFarland. Never forget. How does she look like? Okay, so that's her. So this is her. And there's Jesus Sanchez. Okay, it doesn't really look like this one here, but why is it so small there? Okay, and then Seth MacFarlane. I'm gonna do a quick double check, and then see if they actually look like each other. So there's Seth MacFarlane, and there is her, and I'll open up in split view. Open in split view. All right, so and now we'll make this bigger. All right, are they? Do those look similar? I don't know. It's I don't know. It's not much. It's a bit pushing. It's a bit pushing it there.
Them ears. I'm looking at the ears.
Okay. Oh, the ears.
The bottom of the ears. There, yeah.
Okay.
The nose is a bit different.
Yeah. It's already. I don't think anything too special there.
No, no.
And then there was one more thing I was gonna look up and I forgot there, but I'll have a look there. But yeah, so there's manifests and so on. And what I usually try to do is I try to post either on Telegram and then on here as well, so it's easier to search up. So if I could just go manifest, because with Telegram you can see all the images. So this is the speed of it. Like you can just go search. Oh yeah, and this is the thing. All the ones with the manifest. And
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, and you got the actual nitty gritty, and then the links to your Substack manifest. Wow. Yeah. And
I mean the Substack. You know, I've done that. So like I say, I put the tabs in to make it a bit easier for people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, where did you? Where's the tabs? And
oh, so if you click back to if you go to the top there and click now, it's where it says 9/11 planes research. Click that.
Oh, then you have the tabs there. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So at the top, and then you can click on. It's got different. It's got passengers and crew.
Okay.
Calls. I got the video fakery critique.
No, that's amazing. That's great. Oh, this is in an archive about. Okay, no, this is fascinating stuff you've done here. I did not realize that you could. Yeah, I didn't know you can do tabs like that.
Yeah, I had to reorganize all the tags that I'd put on the articles.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'd have known at the start you could do that, I'd have done it that way to start with. But
okay, this is fascinating. I'm gonna start.
So I had to reorganize all the tabs on 150 articles.
Oh wow.
But you know, if you're dedicated and you want people to be able to find the content and collate it all together, some of it cross references as well. I've done.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. No,
it's quite a really useful way of doing that.
No, that's great. But what I still like searching because just in case, let's say you forgot to put a tag on something.
Oh yeah, no, I think that with your Excel thing, I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, the Excel one just says because I can do calculations on it and so on. Like I was doing, and then there was a slight discrepancy that from the list that I was looking at. There was one more flight 175. Like the official one's supposed to be 51. This one I was able to count 50.
Yeah.
And then the other one there was 76. This is 77. They still have this 265, but so similar things like that. And then I think then the other one I want to quickly discuss. So about the hijackers that are still alive, like.
Oh yes, yes.
Let's say alive. So I also made a list and then put a link to all of them. So hijacker Abdulaziz Al Omari still alive after
Omari,
yeah, lost his passport while studying in Denver. Just can't make this stuff up. Like how do they get away with it? Again, then we have this one, Ahmed Al Nami still alive, and then this other one, Flight 97, Khalid Al Madar. FBI knew he was an Al Qaeda operative, still alive after 9/11. Saudi government says he's still alive, but it was not in the U.S. on 9/11. This is Mohan. It's like the amount of just anomalies like that this comes up, and then passport recovered. All the ones with passport recovered are also included as well. So you can go. These are all the ones alive. These are 7 people that I was reported, but apparently there's more. So
then you had that not just a passport. Then you had that news report saying that they had the nose of the plane with the hijackers strapped in still part of the plane.
I didn't see that. But I didn't see that part.
Yeah, there's a news report of that. I'll have to track that down again.
Yeah.
I remember that at the time.
Oh wow! Okay.
That one about they found them strapped into the cockpit or something.
What are they?
I mean, how ridiculous.
Yeah, the whole thing is just a giant sham. And then and also I was gonna mention so 9/11 alchemy, the big idea. So I uploaded on my YouTube last year, and then YouTube removed it because you said it referenced your statement. And your statement was, people think it was a fake plane. Like you were saying what people think, and then that was labeled as hate speech.
Right.
So and then I want to try to re-upload it again, so I can't. So like it's not there. If I go to big idea, click go here, big idea. Let's see what the timestamp is. So there's it's removed by YouTube terms and conditions. Let's see the where's the review? When was it reviewed? I just want to see where. Okay, it's not clicking anything. Okay, so it's not letting me review. Okay, see details. See the details. Yeah, so this was at dispute rejected. Now Spider-Man Far From Home. Oh, this is monetization. This can't be seen. Oh, is it because of the Spider-Man now? What is going on here? See details. Something's up. Okay, this is take action. What can I do? Can I appeal? So now they've removed it. I think they stopped. At first, it was removed because of you said like people think it's a fake plane, and now they're removing it because of this thingy. I don't understand. This is just dispute. This is visual. Anyways, I'll deal with that. It's not showing you. It didn't even give me any. Like, there's nothing to like look at.
Nah, they're just.
This is what I hate. YouTube
disgusting,
is just,
really.
Yeah, YouTube is just the worst. And that's another part.
See, I was going to say the follow-up Alchemy film. I wasn't majorly involved with like I was the second one.
Yeah.
I think that one's the third, isn't it? You're talking about?
There? Yeah, the third one. Yeah, the third one. The
yeah,
second
so
one.
I was more involved.
Yeah, the
second
one. The second one was removed and it was brought back. I'm not sure if you've seen that.
Yeah.
What happened to Alchemy? And so because it wasn't censored for the first 3 months, and I got 900,000 views on it, and then they put it in a limited state, and then basically it was almost 0 views. And then they removed it for 8 months. So I actually have an interesting chart here. This is Alchemy. YouTube. This is, I think, demonetized. Let's go see how much it was going viral. It was actually going viral. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this was when they removed it. I think limited state. Yeah, so this was yeah, this is a view this is stats for that.
Oh yes.
So for 3 months it wasn't demonetized. It went viral. 900 but it got 900,000 views in the first 3 months, and then since like 2018, like literally like 7 years, and it finally got 100,000. But it was also removed for like 8 months for no reason, and it was removed and they brought it back.
Wow. I mean, that was a hell of a project to work on.
Yeah, that was
with Chris. I got to give him a massive big up for that work he done on that. We worked for about 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
We were in contact nearly every day.
Wow.
On that film, and I've never researched as much as I have as what I did for that film. And the other thing was, at the time, I mean, it's a weird time thinking about it, I was also doing quite a heavy qualifications as well, you know, advanced qualifications, and to fit that in, and then following that film, I fitted in helping Richard D. Hall here and there with his Joe Cox film. So I had that year, I think I was quite prolific in, if you go on my old blog, I think 17 and 18, I think I'm really prolific on the research on that. I don't know how I done it. Because we had a time difference as well, because Chris was in California or Texas or something. But during the making of that, when we done our interview, he had a black helicopter above his house in the day, and I had one above my house in the evening.
Wow.
And his electric went out. So it was very...
Yeah.
It was a strange time, put it that way. And I had my YouTube channel. The previous year was took down for no reason. The whole lot, and the Google account, which I managed to get that bit back. But there was a lot of strange, weird things happening.
Yeah.
And then during the follow-up one, we were working on... It was meant to be about I think we're going to be involved what happened to the planes, because we didn't cover that so much in that one. We talked about the technology and how they pulled all that off and the cover up. But that was when I was hit with the heart attack.
Mm.
When I was talking about the technology of the planes, that felt like it hit a nerve that particular week. So strange.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were talking about Sergei Monov, because we were also going to do a film about Project Bluebeam, you know, and I think that would have touched on 9/11 as well. But I said to Chris 14 hours before I was hit with that heart attack, I said to him, I said, well, are you sure you want to go ahead with this film? I'd already done one half of the interview and was scheduling for the other half. And I said, because they'll either, because we're delving into the technology, like the black world technology. I said, look what they've done to Sergei Monast. They killed him with a heart attack. And they killed his researcher as well, his other partners. And I said, they'll either suicide you off, the tactics, assassinate your character, as in, you know, slur your character, or they will heart attack you off, kill you with a heart attack. 14 hours later, I was having a heart attack.
Wow. Yeah,
and that I truly believe it was related to what we were doing. Just for like clarify, I haven't had any of the arm spears or anything like that during COVID, nothing like that, because I'm not down that road with having them type of things, the injections. So it wasn't a result of anything like that, which a lot of people do have them problems, but that certainly weren't related to mine at the time in August 2021.
Wow.
So that was quite a serious time over that when we was doing that film, and I was only playing a minor role in that, but we were going big on that technology, which they definitely want to keep secret because they definitely want to use it again.
Yeah, definitely, and that's why Richard Gage and all them are jumping on the especially the plane stuff.
I got no doubt that that's what they're trying to cover up.
Yeah,
in my mind, but
and
it's a dangerous subject.
Well, and also,
I mean, for me, I've already spoke out about it.
Yeah,
I feel like I've come through the other end, so all my stuff's published. It's out there.
That's good. And I was gonna say, because you guys were going back and forth for 8 months, that's probably triggered one of their terrorism watch programs. We're like, oh, these guys are looking up 9/11. These guys are researching 9/11. Like these two IP addresses back and forth for 8 months. All right, something's up.
Oh, good God, yeah. I mean, we had another friend who we done a. I've got some of the recordings actually we done. I will pass them on to Norman when I get around to it.
Yeah.
But there was a 3-way with me, Chris, and Conspiracy Cuba.
Oh wow.
That never went into the film, obviously, but
I want to get conspiracy.
Some of it did.
I want to get Conspiracy Cuba on the stream one day. That'd been pretty good.
I think you'd be lucky to get him on because they've all gone different directions. I think I was the only one who carried on. But he was a hell of a researcher as well, Conspiracy Cuba.
Yeah.
He helped me with some of the research. So I have to give a lot of credit to Chris and Conspiracy Cube because he actually went to New York and he got on the ferry boat and filmed it for us. Yeah, so we could line up the.
Yeah, I think I've read one of your articles on that.
Yeah,
no, that's great. And then also this thumbnail though, it took me quite a while to make this, so I made this thumbnail. And I think you guys are this one I made it. And also about the Night on Alchemy.
Holds an electric.
Someone messaged saying, hey, they want to put timestamps. So then I actually went and put timestamps to the whole thing. Have you had a chance to look at this? So the timestamps.
Oh, no.
So I put timestamps to all the key parts, and then a lot of people are literally. It took me quite a while to do all this. To do this.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it makes it
That's amazing.
And again, this is my only 1 million viewed video on YouTube.
Wow. I mean, Chris had T-shirts and stuff, and DVD covers. I mean, I wanted to get all that and repackage that. Obviously, DVD is becoming not fashionable, but I wouldn't have minded a T-shirt of it.
Yeah.
To wear.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea actually. I'll probably because I sell T-shirts on my store. I've had like 10 people buy them.
Yeah. Well, if ever you do, I mean, if if I'd get one.
Okay, you want an alchemy? Well, what kind of shirt do you want exactly? Like
he had the cover on it, the DVD cover, I think.
Oh, okay. So,
I'll see if I can find a photo off his old site.
Yeah.
But Chris has got the very, very original interview we done, which he put on YouTube private, and they deleted it.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to download it, but I've never ever seen the full original. He's put an audio version out with some stuff.
Which original? Which one? Which one was you looking
for? The
for?
very first conversation we had, me and Chris.
Okay, yeah.
And it was there's some cracking stuff in that. Some of it went in the film, but there's some. We delved into Ace Baker's background.
Oh, okay, that wouldn't get the.
I've actually I emailed a little message to Ace Baker asking him if he can confirm or deny his connections to Vizard.
Yeah, wait, what did you tell him? What was that?
The company Vizard.
Oh, Vizard. Okay.
Yeah.
I've
asked him if he'll confirm or deny his connections to Vizard.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, that's Ace Baker, but Ace Baker is just apparently you've been seeing that spam email. So apparently he calls himself the greatest human in history of reality.
Yeah. He's oh God, it's funny how he's come back on the scene because he hasn't been interested in 9/11 for absolutely years.
Yeah, well, I actually emailed him telling him please retract and delete your video of his like disinfo video about John Hutchison where he has a deceptively muted audio, and then he's like now he's a family lawyer now or something. So
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's Ace Baker.
I think you've muted yourself, Matt. Your sound's gone off your voice. I'm still not hearing you, or is it not me? I don't think. Can you hear me? Put a thumb up if you can hear me. Apologies to anybody. I can't see your questions, by the way, on your super chat, but I hope Matt comes back soon. Yes, okay, you can hear the guest. Well, I'll talk for a little bit. I'll tell you a few things while he sorts that out. So, has anybody got a question that they might want to ask me to do with anything?
Okay, I think I'm back.
You're back now. You're back.
Yeah. Okay. So my because I was using an adapter and I actually just ordered one and my other one arrived. And so I'm back. Is there any other questions you guys have? We're just adapter I was using because I'm changing up my setup on my microphone. Just because I don't like the Macs all use those Thunderbolt or whatever USB. It doesn't use the big ones, so it takes
right.
So I was using an adapter and I unplugged it, plugged it a different port. So that works. And yeah, so if you guys have any,
see what's that rotary matrix? I'd just like to say, yeah. Oh, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, definitely
appreciate it.
Yeah, we have 36 people on the show, and so you're gonna be there on Thursday as well. Here's the chat link. Let's make it bigger.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. And then he says, do you think Stanley Kubrick knew the attacks in advance? So that's a question there for you.
Do I think Stanley Kubrick knew what in advance?
The attacks or the towers turning dust.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Wouldn't surprise me. I
yeah.
think a lot of people had prior knowledge, definitely.
So-
What's that about the holographic planes? Where did they sound? Okay, I can answer that one. There's technology to do with plasma, which I think was involved with the way to do with the projection system. Now you can broadcast sound. That's quite known about now, that they can use sound combined with plasma to create. You can even create voice sounds with that. You can broadcast. So possibly that could have been through that quite easily, I think, with what they've got in the black budget. But also it could have been the cloaking mechanism.
Yeah.
That created the plane sound, because some people did say it sounded like a missile.
Yeah.
Well, quite a lot of people actually.
So I'm of the opinion the sound is from the. I think there was no projected sound. I think it was just the sound of either the actual plasma itself going through air, because it was much less than.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's much less than an actual like real big Boeing, especially at that speed.
Yeah.
So the sound is very little. A lot of people keep saying, "Hey, it was sound of something," but not much. Some people didn't even hear it.
Yeah.
And then it's either that or the actual carrier vehicle within the projection. Yeah. So so my view, I think there was something physical, mainly because of the movements that Flight 175 did. Like it did a sharp bank and then a turn at the same time. So So to do that without any perceived lag, like it doesn't seem like it's like doing anything where it's drifting and then turning. So as opposed to something that, like actually projecting it. So I think basically the turning is with the object itself. So that's kind of what I mean. So here's,
I mean, I actually think in the Nord-A second plane, we're actually looking at a physical object. Obviously, where the wings are disappeared, I think that's the actual similar to the object that was probably we were looking at or people seeing. That was solid.
And
the actual plane-shaped hole, I think, was some type of mechanism to do with directed energy, perhaps because of the Earth's magnetic field. Them unusual fluctuations you have with that, you see, for each flight event. And obviously with the towers and
then this part right here,
Pentagon.
Yeah, so this is an interesting thing. When you said it looks like when the wings are gone, you think that might be a physical object, and this reminds me of the 9/11 planes. Watch this one right here. When the wings go off, look at this one right here. One after this. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think I've seen this one.
See this one right here. Look at the wings go off. The wings go off just from turbulence, and now look at it. Looks like a 9/11 plane now.
Yeah.
So maybe my one view is that the object might have looked like this: a small plane, a small carrier vehicle with probably like even the explosives probably not a normal explosive.
Yeah.
And then so notice this is actual wing coming off, and it's not an optical illusion or anything. It's not a glitch. It's just a wing came off. The other wing disappeared. And it looks like the nodded footage.
You see, what leads me to believe there's some type of directed energy with the plane-shaped holes is what happened in Shanksville, what was found with the iron, which is similar to what they found in the crop circles. With what Leavengood, I think his name is, or Leavenworth, I can't remember. Andrew and Richard spoke about that. There was these iron microspheres, which were what they say was at the towers, which was obviously if they were turned to dust. We have a similar occurrence in the plane-shaped hole in Shanksville, and now because it was contaminated with iron, which is ongoing, which they're trying to remove using this treatment plant that they've set up. Now, Chris Hampton found that out. He put that's his information. That was brilliant the way he found that out. But like I say, with our working relationship we had, he went to look for that stuff because I told him about what was in the crop circles with the iron spheres, or I'd reminded him. And that's when he went one step further and found that out about the contamination, because we're very skeptical of the water features, you see, to each site. And obviously Oklahoma's got the water features as well. We suspect the directed energy was used there. I spoke to Dr. Judy Wood about that in 2011 as well when I met her. Yeah. Yeah.
And also notice the trees as well. Like the trees have like weird damage on the sides.
Oh yeah. Well, I actually found out that they had fuming going on Interstate 71, which was quite some distance from the crash site. It was fuming over there. He did put that in the film. But do you think I can find that video that I had?
Yeah, if you can, well, just send me some info. I can have a look.
I'd love to find it, because I found that video on YouTube to do with that, and I can't find it now. And I don't. Chris may have it, but I haven't got the URL to go back to it at source. But we mapped it out where it was. I've done a map in relation to the Shanksville site. Just if anybody is interested, we have some similarities with 9/11 with Wembley Stadium in England.
I think I posted yours as well.
Yeah.
Wembley.
Have you posted that? Have you?
I think was it stadium? What was the thing called? Was it? It was 9/11 planes research. And then
it was.
What is it called? It was some sort of bus. What do you guys call a What kind of crash was it? What kind of a movie? Let's see. I think I posted something like this. A cult.
Oh, it was this is like it surrounds what happened with Wembley Stadium, because Wembley Stadium had 2 towers.
Oh, there it is. This one here. This is the one you're talking about. Predictive programming of the Glasgow bin lorry. Is that or is this?
Oh no, that's the bin lorry thing. Yeah.
Oh, there's definitely else. Yeah, never mind.
Now that's a very, very telling one. That one, I put that out. Yeah, with World War Z. Very strange.
I'll go to this one. I think.
And there was the Joe Cox one as well with the bag. I had this retired forensics engineer that went a couple of comments with me, and fair play to him. He did agree with me in the end once I presented a couple of extra pieces of evidence. They put me under scrutiny. I was under scrutiny from this retired forensics engineer regarding the Joe Cox, the whole bag analysis I'd done.
Yeah, I saw that too. That one, it's pretty straightforward. That's like the best.
Yeah.
And then this one here, but the bin lorry one, the movie, so the World War Z. Notice the World War Z. It was actually launched. Premiered in New York and LA on Trump's birthday, June 14th. That's another.
Oh wow!
I made it.
Says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've seen my or heard about my video where I made it's like 2 hours long on just Trump birthday coincidences. Have you seen that?
Oh no, I haven't seen that one. I'll have to watch that. Send me a link to that.
Trump. So if you go called Trump birthday, just go Google it and I'll see if it shows up. Yeah, there it is. Strange coincidence. And I also made the notes here. So I put all the notes on the Hive blockchain. So again. I don't need to worry about it.
It's there forever.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And then with videos soon, too. Yeah, so this one here, I have a whole setup here. I could send you it. Definitely.
Yeah, watch that.
This is the notes and the videos there too. So you could watch video on YouTube and so on.
Wow.
So I spent a lot of time because I was actually gonna make a video basically predicting that Trump fake assassination. So I actually did a live stream 1 month before his fake assassination. Remember the ear one?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, you heard about that, right? So I made one because it's like the coincidence. It's one of those again. It's like the psychological priming or predictive programming. It's like, and so Trump's birthday again. Very, 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 very remarkable coincidences going on. It's like one of them is the first ever nuclear deal world peace proposal was on his birthday between Russia at the United Nations, and he was actually going to make the Twin Towers. He was proposing making a Twin Towers 2 instead of a 1. He wanted just the same one but stronger and bigger. So he was wanting to propose this as well. So, and So again, Trump is and he had a tower built at the United Nations called Trump World Tower, and I think it was opened either 2001 or 2000, and it's literally at the United Nations, and the United Nations it's in Manhattan. So anyways,
that's it. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of strange ones. Like even the killer, the killer Jason Voorhees, the killer right here, the Friday the 13th movies.
Yes.
Yeah, so Friday the 13th, the killer is supposed to be born on June 13th, 1946. All right.
Right.
No, yeah, but the thing is, June 13th is a Thursday. In the actual calendar. So in the actual calendar,
right,
it's a Thursday. So this is the actual calendar. This is that was the other one. Where's the 1946? Yeah. So here's the calendar. It's a Thursday.
Oh my God.
So June 14th is Trump's birthday, 1946. All right.
Let me neck.
So
I mean that's interesting. That is.
And then Trump was born on a blood red moon, and then the cover has Friday the 13th. It has a person outline. It has the full moon blood. All right.
Yes, yeah.
And there's also a movie. The eighth part is when they said that he was born on June 14th. Apparently, according to I didn't see the movies. People were just saying in the video comments or on video like discussion boards, and then the Friday the 13th, the eighth one was Jason Takes Manhattan.
Well, I mean, it's interesting you bring up about the Trump because Chris did a film, didn't he, called The Purge 2020 election year.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of to do with Trump in that, which was people couldn't handle at the time in 2020, November 2020 or October, I think he sent it by. But there's a lot of stuff in that which is very, very strange.
Yeah, definitely.
And a lot of the QAnon people who I knew, they couldn't handle what was in that film, and they were very pissed off with me for sharing it.
Yeah, the QAnon. I cannot believe people fall for the QAnon nonsense. And also, again, June 14th. That's also the Flag Day. I'm not sure if you know that. So it's
I didn't know that. No.
So it's also the Flag Day and the U.S. Army birthday. So remember World War Z. It's a U.S. Army military. U.S. Flag Day, Trump's birthday.
Oh God!
It keeps going on, and this is one of the atomic bullet scientists, I think. And also June 14th, 1947. So 1 year after Trump's birthday, on his birthday, was when the Roswell crash was a Roswell crash. So
yes.
So that was it was found on Trump's birthday. So now here's Trump World Tower, literally right beside the United Nations. And it's called Trump World Tower. All right. And so there's the June 14th in the Roswell. And the Roswell was actually in a town called Corona, but the Roswell's more famous. So
Corona, yeah.
So it's actually Corona, not Roswell.
Wow.
It keeps going on. And the crash site was open to the public for the first time when Trump was president in his first term. So it was open 71 years later, once Trump becomes president. You can't make this up. And
God.
And then I made a full table. Yeah, I made a full table about
Trump's this. Isn't Trump's son-in-law Gerard Kushner?
Yeah. He's the one with the 666 building as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, so his son-in-law is Gerard Kushner.
Yeah.
And also in Trump's first year is also part of my predicting the fake assassination. So Trump's first year, a Republican who was a big MAGA guy got shot allegedly at the baseball game on Trump's birthday. His first year. And this guy here, apparently he got shot. And also on his birthday was interesting. The Grenfell Tower fire and where the building didn't turn to dust was on June 14th, Trump's birthday.
Oh yeah.
And then he was harangued on the eve of his 77th birthday. Oh, that was pretty decently close. Anyways. So there's a bunch of stuff there. I made a summary. And there's the Moonchild stuff with Aleister Crowley. Basically, there's some interesting connections there with Jack Parsons and Ron Hubbard and so on. And again, June 14th, something really, really big. It's even like Chicago Bulls when when Michael Jordan won his sixth title. That was on June 14th. and a bunch of
Oh,
other.
yeah.
Yeah, and also the first mass transport to Auschwitz concentration camp was on June 14th. So it's like, I don't know, something's up with the June 14th. European Space, yeah, the European Space Research Organization, which is now the which would later become the European Space Agency, was founded on Trump's birthday. It's like,
Oh God.
and then yeah, Ukrainian Air
The
Force.
rate of date and half, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, and then this was a fascinating one. So this is the Heather
Oh
McDonald.
God, yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Never, and her name is Donald, right? This is another reason why I was predicting Trump was going to get a fake assassination. So her name is Donald, has a Donald in there, and she's actually born in June 14th, and she passed out when she was saying that Jesus loves her because of the she takes so many vaccines.
That's it. She's ridiculing the vaccine.
No,
Thingy, wasn't
oh
she?
yeah, it's quite. And then there's actually more occult stuff going through, like the blood moon and so on, like ancient Egypt, but that's for another day. Anyways, that was just enough for me on that one.
Yeah.
So I send you a link there. And, definitely one of my.
I think Chris got into some of the occult. I mean, I'm not on that angle, but he got into some of that.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be careful with some of that stuff.
No,
getting
definitely.
involved.
Yeah, he called it like, you know, we call it predictive programming and stuff. And you know, they're predicting it. They in 9/11 alchemy, a big idea. There's books all written on what they call it
breaking up, my friend. You're breaking up.
Okay. Yeah, they were calling it chaos magic. So yours was. Can you hear me now?
That's it. Yes.
Yeah. So they're calling it chaos
Well,
magic.
that's similar to that.
Yeah, the psychological priming, but they're doing it in more occult stuff. That's why that's probably why they're doing a lot of these weird ritual stuff, like the Bohemian Grove as well. Like why are the richest men in the world going to some in the woods and then doing a mock sacrifice to a giant owl? What are they?
But is it a mock sacrifice?
Yeah. It's apparently
it's a one.
Well, it's apparently a mock one.
Yeah.
But they probably do a real one somewhere else.
That scream sounded very real to me, the screaming.
Oh, wow, okay.
When they're sending that thing across, it sounded very, very real.
And have you seen the new HD footage of it or no? There's HD footage.
No, I haven't seen that.
So someone actually went into it, and he's like an influencer, and then he actually filmed in 4K, so Bohemian Grove. And then the Bohemian Grove got YouTube to take it down, but I luckily I downloaded the video before they took it down.
That's good.
So you could see it in 4K, not just the Alex Jones one.
Yeah.
So apparently you can see the full. Here's a full 1 hour of HD footage. This was, I think, last year.
I've seen the Alex Jones one when it come out.
Yeah, this one's HD 4K. So these guys, and look what they're wearing. This is in like 4K.
Oh God.
Yeah. Then they took it down.
Jesus.
Yeah, and you can see this whole production. That was him at it, but he also went before they were presenting, so he went to the owl up close. So you actually can see inside, and I think he sees the owl. Yeah, he's in the toilet seats and so on.
Oh God.
So there's, you can. I want to go to the owl. Where's the owl? Okay. Yeah, but this is it's very interesting setup there. Okay, owl should be somewhere here. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Anyways, you can play around with that, and I want to see the owl though, like up close. It should be somewhere here. Okay, yeah, it might be here somewhere. An owl.
Musician's entrance. In here, bro.
Activated.
Coming in. Just got it.
This good. Okay, anyway, the owl's somewhere there, somewhere in here, but against 30 minutes, I don't know where exactly. Yeah, but yeah. So, anyways,
Moloch.
Yeah, Moloch. Yeah. And apparently, I've written an article on it as well. United Nations is the place where the atomic bomb and the United Nations was the first planning meetings for them. Have you heard about that one or no?
No, I might not have done. I don't think so.
So if you go Bohemian, yeah, this one right here. So this is and also here's a logo of the Soviet Union, and that. But anyways, the United Nations. This was a reported PhD. Someone went there and did a PhD, and basically the original formation meeting for the United Nations was on June 26, 1946, in San Francisco at the Bohemian Club. So the United Nations founded there, and then even the Lawrence use of the Groves River Clubhouse for Manhattan Project meeting. Manhattan Project planning meeting in September 1942 is well documented, and again, yeah, so it's there. They all met there, and including Robert Oppenheimer was there too. So participants at the Grove meetings of September 13th, 14th. You got Robert Oppenheimer there doing mock sacrifices to a giant owl, and then they're like, "Hey, let's develop an atomic bomb to kill a bunch of people and waste taxpayer money."
God.
So yeah, and again, these are the people. What are they doing there?
Look at that.
And all a bunch of men, and doing probably some other homoerotic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
my God.
yeah. So yeah.
Some dodgy dealings with that lot. I'd expect going on.
Yeah.
Because Alex Jones confronts that one guy, didn't he? David Berghouse or something. I can't remember.
And he asked him, yeah.
And he's smiling at first, but then he realises he's been ambushed by Alex Jones.
Yeah, Alex Jones. That was before he changed his identity into a clone, or before he changed up.
Yeah, Bill Hicks.
Yeah. So and then go on.
Have you? I was going to say, have you ever heard Alex Jones's Millennium Show, 1999 into 2000?
I've seen a few clips of it. Mainly because Bill Cooper was attacking him.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that the whole world was about to end. He's like fear mongering that much.
But in a way, that was pre 9/11, like 2 years before, or 1 year. So he's probably knew what's up.
Yes, without doubt. I mean, he's helped cover up 9/11, hasn't he? With
and
Stephen E. Jones and stuff.
And there's a very interesting thing with 9/11 and also the Space Force.
Yes.
This is so I made a giant table right here. So again, a lot of stuff happening that's interesting. So on 1/11, so on January 11th, the Space Commission was formed to assess U.S. military involvement in space. And then after that, they had to postpone it until Trump's now president, and now he in 2018 he directs DOD to create the Space Force.
Oh, right.
So
yeah.
And then the Space Force was created in 2019, December 20th, 2019. And then that's literally just let's see when and then COVID, the first patient was actually on like literally 20 days before. On December 1st, COVID-19 patient 0 gets first symptoms. So no, that's what kind of what I want to illustrate. Basically, you had in year 2000, you had a Space Commission was formed, and then 9/11. Now you had the Space Force, and then COVID-19. So it's like whenever space comes up, it's like they cover up the space stuff they're doing with the big psyops, and then
oh god, yeah.
Because I do think the Project Bluebeam is that's ultimately gonna happen.
Do you think they'll need to do that? I mean, sometimes I do wonder with the way things are going. I mean, there again, I'm in England and the rest of the world out there, but I think it is a possibility. But sometimes I think to myself, oh, well, they do that, but
yeah,
the way they're hiding this technology, this illusion technology, and some of the stuff I picked out in documents about it, in the Rand Corporation, for example, they talk about illusion weapons, illusion, holographic illusion, and it mentioned in there they can broadcast sound with them and multiple objects,
Wow.
So it does exist. It is something that exists, and it did go into the black budget in the early 90s.
Yeah, but like my theory on what's gonna happen is that the only way people will believe, let's say, a fake alien invasion is only after an actual World War III type scenario where you got cities being bombed. So imagine you're like next door a city just gets wiped out. You're now picture yourself, you're in the minds of a normie, which was wearing like double masks during COVID. Now if you see actual like city being blown up, and then you see a bunch of missiles coming from the sky, because again everyone's got their own space force, and then you got some sort of alien intervention saying, hey, we're here to stop you from annihilating each other. So it will become so basically my view is it will become believable when there's no other choice. for the script. So that's kind of what I mean. It's not going to be like they're going to show up, hey, let's take us to your leaders and blah blah blah. It's kind of like they'll start attacking the bad guys or something like that.
I mean, I think it was. I mean, I think we're already sort of in a Project Bluebeam because we're in different phases of it. You know, I've written about that where there's things going on, which is clearly Project Bluebeam, but because it's not just about an invasion. I mean, the digital ID and digital currency is Project Bluebeam, but that type of thing was written about the Project Bluebeam with the alien stuff was the guy who wrote Star Trek. Now that was rejected at first, so he ended up putting it in a novel in the late 70s about a very, very similar scenario to what Project Bluebeam talks about. But then you can even track back to the 60s, and some people say this is fake. The secret report of from Iron Mountain that speaks of a scenario of the outer space threat, alien threat from Martians. They use Martians in that. So I think this is something's been, in the making about this type of thing for a long time. I mean, if, like I say, 1966 or 1967, that book, The Road to Iron Mountain. Now they say it's a fictional about a secret document, but I think there's more to it than that, from what I've read. To do with it, because it does talk about how can we get world peace, and one of the scenarios they say about how you could do it is an alien threat, which is similar to what with the Bluebeam thing.
Yeah, but, in my view, the aliens are going to be viewed as the good guys, and then what I think will happen will be during World War III, they'll come in, and then they'll be like, they're stopping humanity from bombing each other, but they'll also say that they were the ones that gave us all our profits and religions. So they were trying to steer us into a positive direction. That's what I think will happen. And then then they will reveal a whole bunch of missing history possibly, and then obviously they're going to be like, in order to bring world peace, we all need to make a one world government, get United Nations ID, vax, etc. And
it's similar to like V, isn't it? Have you ever seen the V series?
I've heard about that. And
yeah,
it is very similar.
That's the similar scenario.
That's what I mean about the psychological priming. I think it's gone.
Yeah.
And then looking at it even so again, like, I'm not sure if you've seen any of Bart Sibrel stuff, because I think Bart Sibrel is like Richard Gage.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've seen it.
That's interesting.
I think he's I had him on my show last week. He's an absolute liar. But anyways.
Yeah, it's a shame. I used to like him.
Yeah, like that's the thing.
That book there mentions Richard D. Hall and Andrew in that one.
Yeah, I know, but they promote him. That's why. And I only covered it because Andrew Johnson. And then I wanted moon landing to be fake, but I can't. It's like debunking, like, Simon Shack and them. It's the argument.
Oh, right, got ya.
When people say something's a CGI fake, you have to have something like proving. But what was interesting about this is the dates of all these. So he posted a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. He published it on January 18th, 2001. So and he calls it the greatest government conspiracy of all time. So it's like, so in this 2001, okay? And then fast forward after COVID, he publishes in 2021 the true story of a filmmaker on the CIA hit Let's Moon Man on September 11th, 2021. So we got COVID. He's posting this one. And now his recent one he's posting is Planet X. So Planet X right here. So he self-published a book last year called Aliens from Planet X. And he's saying that they're interdimensional, and they're gonna do you think he was talking about something about Project Bluebeam type setup, but he's gonna say that they're interdimensional aliens or and he was also on Joe Rogan. So here's him talking about interdimensional aliens with Joe Rogan. So And also,
I'll have to catch up on all this stuff. I've been that busy with my own stuff. I'll have to catch up on some of these.
But also in his book, he also says AE 9/11 truth. He promotes AE architects and engineers for 9/11 truth, and says that Building 7 was exploded or whatnot.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah, but again, it's like
not good.
And also, he was born in Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. He was born inside the Air Force Base, where the basically the secretive. And he told me in the show that his dad was a high-ranking officer in the U.S. United States Air Force, and that he was involved in weather manipulation, but he wouldn't say anything more.
Wow.
And interesting, the Wright brothers, Neil Armstrong and him, were all born in or around the small town of Dayton, Ohio. So that's interesting. And again, he says that. But he also posts like white hats and black hats, like the QAnon stuff. Like he thinks.
Oh right, yeah.
So he thinks that 9/11 was done by warring factions within the U.S. and Apollo deception, JFK saying that's all are manifestations of this eternal battle, and he says that it's talking about Building 7, and basically as it proves beyond a doubt that explosive demolitions were used on that day, and he promotes a 9/11 truth. So.
That's a real shame that he's put that in.
Yeah, but anyways, it's again, I have like half my audience believes Bart Sabrell. Like I tried, I just couldn't do it. Even I even
that's a shame.
I even debunked one of Andrew Johnson's claims right here. Andrew Johnson, Moon. He had one about like paper would burn like this. You think this photograph would have burned in the high heat?
Oh yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no atmosphere, so it's like there's nothing to burn. You could even if you put a piece of paper in a vacuum and then light it up with a. So here's a vacuum chamber. So here's if you just use a high powered laser on it, it will light up, right? But if you take all the air out, and then you just fire a laser on it, only the parts that you're hitting directly with a high powered laser get burned. Like it doesn't actually burn or. You can't transfer heat well.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what happens in a vacuum. And
oh wow.
So nothing happens in a vacuum. Yeah, so in a vacuum it's super like heat doesn't transfer well. And this is is also in heat resistant plastic, and it's also wilted a bit. So it's like it has been affected a bit. But this is not a evidence of fakery. This is just basic physics. I don't know. So I don't know.
Right. What did Andrew say about
No,
that?
I haven't messaged him about it because I looked up to him. I don't want to be the bringer of bad news. Let him find out his own. So
you should tell him. You should tell him.
Yeah, but it's like he also because he calls Bart Sabrell a hero and all this, and he's super Bart Sabrell even in like it's documentary. Like here's another one where I debunked. So Bart Sabrell shadows, like talking about the shadows and so on.
Yeah.
He's saying that this is impossible to be a real, like he's saying 90 degrees, whatever. This is his photos. And he's saying these are impossible to do on Earth. And then, first of all, these are arrows he drew. First of all, these are fake arrows. The reds aren't mine. They're not actually 90 degrees. And the shadows just follow the terrain. And here's the full photo.
Yeah.
It's all going towards it. And it's also, he's also looking in a crater.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a shadow there. So here's me on the left. There's me on the left, and that's me a toy truck. I just stood on a table to match up this one, and I matched the exact one. Nothing special.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like high school physics. You just do this, like, and it looks just like
well, this is good work if you're able to prove this stuff, and you should put it. You need to.
Yeah, I have a full playlist. I have a playlist on this. I should tell Andrew Johnson. Or maybe get him on the show and I can go step by step.
Well, you should do because it's like, we speak about, new evidence and stuff and being open to it. You have to be open to new things.
Yeah, and another one is
I'm hoping Andrew would be, even if
There's another
Bart Sabrell was his hero, and
Yeah, Bart Sabrell is just he's literally Richard Gage, or worse. There's a hammer right here.
So I've got that book. What you're on about?
Oh,
carry on, yeah.
There's another one. There's another good. This is a very good proof that this is a low gravity environment. I just don't know why it's not showing properly. So I'll see if the other one shows better. Bag. Okay, I'm gonna go trailers. So this one is this is one of my this is one of my smoking guns that they're on low gravity environment. Tinty supplement, but Matthew, the module I can't. It's tar, paper, and foil. No, that's the surrounding. It's just metal. It's the paper is just stuff. It's like prevent from like radiation or heat or what mumbo jumbo. But it's actually just a regular aluminum setup. So,
just to clarify, are you saying this is taken really on the moon?
I'm saying this is low gravity environment. I can't find any evidence of fakery at all. At all.
No, but you say this on the moon, this video.
Well, if you find another low gravity environment, then let me know.
Okay, so I just wanted to clarify what you were saying.
So just to illustrate, this is here's 15 seconds of This is one of my smoking guns, but I'll show you the other one if you were. Actually, where's the full playlist? Right here, close tab. End here. Okay, so here's the moonwalk. This is Apollo 60, not Apollo 11. So just to give you an example of how much footage there's literally hundreds of thousands of hours. So here's Apollo 16, day 6, moonwalk 1, 11-hour video, and all of the activities they do, they all match with the radio communications and so on. And then you go to a random clip, and it shows him flicking a bag, and it's like, I don't know how you would fake this on such an obscure thing that only like I would find. So here's see this right here? He flicks a bag. And it flies like a good 10-20 feet in the air and far. See how far that flew? And it's just a random part in an 11-hour video. You can go through it all. Nothing's gonna happen like special. Like what I mean is it's such a small minor detail. It's kind of like, remember how the Evan Fairbanks footage where the buildings actually glitch and the reflection on the window of the plane is there. That's very hard to fake. So you're gonna be like, oh, they actually went and faked that. This part here, you'd be like, oh, they actually went and somehow made a bag levitate this high in the air. And yeah, so like it's one of those, like that's a 20 feet high distance. And there's another one where the hammer is like that. But here's one final thing, and then it's getting pretty late. We're at 3.5 hours. here's another one. Here's one where I actually emailed Bart Zabrell, and then it got him pretty much contradicting his own documentary. So this one is Hurricane Bernice. This to me is the smoking gun. They went to the moon. I don't know how anyone could argue against it. So Hurricane Bernice. I'll go to the beginning one. So in Bart Zabrell's documentary, he's saying that initially he was saying that you've seen a documentary, right, where he's saying that they're in a low Earth orbit and they're just using like a that's it. Yeah. And they're using some sort of first of all, the low Earth orbit wouldn't look like that. He was saying that basically they're using the window or something and putting a slide across it. But now he's saying that they're actually printing out images of the Earth and putting it. That's what he's saying now. So here's Hurricane Bernice from a paper. Look how that one is. This on the left is footage from the Bart Zabrell footage, right? This on the right is a NASA photo. And can you see Hurricane Bernice? This is Hurricane Bernice from a paper. This is the photo there. This is the NASA HD photo. You put the hurricane on top. Now here is just this a video I made. Hurricane matches exactly on it.
Oh, right.
And not only that, in the footage, I'm making a post on it. The Earth actually rotates. See this right here? If you wait 30 minutes, it actually rotates. Do you get what I mean? Like the clouds actually move significantly amount, and the actual footage, and first of all, he's lying about a whole bunch of stuff. It's just like nonsense. The documentary, like almost every second is a lie. Like he says that in the video, in the documentary, it says that only 20 seconds of this like never before seen footage was ever released. You heard about that one or no? He said that.
Yes.
Yeah. So first of all, you can watch at least 15 minutes of it on live ABC News. This is live.
Oh, right.
This is live ABC News footage. This is more than 20 seconds. Okay. right there. I already debunked his 20 seconds claim. You can see live footage from there, and here's the full footage where he's saying that something's happening, but literally nothing's happening. You could watch the full hour unedited, and nothing is significantly happening. So this is the first part, and if you screenshot the Earth at the entire time, and then go let's say 15 minutes to 30-minute increments, it's gonna be moving. This is I'm gonna go to the next one. This is the one where he used his. Looking at the three of them, cigarette stop line. So this is the one where he's saying that they're doing something with the Earth or whatnot, which again, it's just I don't.
That's it with the window, yeah.
Nothing's happening with the window. It's just them standing in front of it. It's just them standing in front. This is the full 35-minute clip. Nothing special happening, and the Earth is rotating. So there's a full thing. Nothing's happening. Yeah. You can look in the text. So the one he does in the video, he splices like 2 videos together, and nothing's really actually happening.
Reconfiguring for interior lighting. Roger.
Wow.
Okay. He's for moon missions. Where's this? Hurricane Bernice again. Hurricane Bernice is smoking. So Hurricane Bernice is showing up in here.
Central America.
And
That is the.
So if you take a look at this right here, this is at the beginning, and then you go all the way to the end. The Earth has rotated, and I'll be making a post about this. It's rotated a significant amount. And also, low Earth orbit does not look like this. Have you ever seen low Earth orbit video or no? So again, it's like.
I think I have. Yes, looks familiar.
So here's the Bartzabel. It's like low Earth orbit. This word here. Here's low Earth orbit. This is low Earth orbit. And the clouds move so much. It's like.
Apollo 9 EVA.
Yeah, that's low Earth orbit, and here is a clip of the. This is one of the mainstream debunkers, and they do a good job. It's pretty straightforward. So where's the Earth rotating one? I think he mentions it here. Yeah, this one right here. So here's Earth rotating, and
the clouds of Earth still haven't drastically changed, although they.
Yeah, so here it is. This is actually from here. You can when you overlay them together, it's literally just rotating. Like I don't know what more you guys wanted. But anyways,
you have to send me some of that stuff.
Yeah. So the best way you could search moon landing on my Telegram, and you could also go MES moon landing here. Definitely go through it. And if you want to talk to Andrew Johnson, you can break. So here's me with Bart Sabrell. He's such a. Yeah. I had him. I messaged him in April to join the show, and he emailed me 2 weeks ago saying, "Hey, yeah, sure, I'm all right." So yeah, there's.
Wow.
So I did some Q&As on it and so on. And this is the mainstream debunker is just it's pretty straightforward. Again, I haven't seen any evidence of any fakers. So you can there's my playlist, and also you can search up. Like I'm trying, like I wanted it to be fake for Andrew Johnson's sake, but I just couldn't find anything to.
Well, you got to go where the evidence goes.
Yeah,
and that's what you're doing.
And if you like look at my earlier post, I would always say alleged moon landing, because I just assumed they were fake. Like alleged, because they're all Freemasons and so on, and I think Bart Sabrell might be a Freemason. Because I brought up actually I'll play this clip right here and let me know you do use your statement analysis and let me know what he means by this. All right, and I'm gonna say Timothy Sullivan saying, "How about inexplicable behaviors of NASA, Gus, blah blah, destroy data?" Well, again, those are just people are asking me all these like other questions. It's like just go see what the mainstream explanation for it is. But regardless, the actual footage is not fake. It's like there could be obviously reasons for them lying about stuff, but it's not that they're not going. And I also think they're gonna go back to the moon, or at least pretend they're gonna go back within our lifetime. Like I think within 10 years, they'll set a base there and have a 24-hour. 24-hour live stream on the moon or with AI, but I do think that's happening very, very soon.
Wow.
That's what the Artemis mission. I think that's happening based on all this predictive programming here. So I'm gonna go Freemason. So I asked him, let me know the statement analysis on this. What he means by this. Back something. Especially because a lot of them are Freemasons. So let's go back here.
As we all did. They did fake the moon landing.
Well, I do think that they're lying about something. Because your confrontation, I think that's one thing we can go over is you confronting the astronauts, because they do seem like they're all holding back something, especially because a lot of them are Freemasons. So that's one thing. But
well, actually, they're not free. They actually charge quite a bit of money. But
okay, did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they try, but the thing is that's accurate. I looked at some testimony from Freemasons saying that it's very expensive to go each tier. You got to pay more and more money. So it's like they also want the.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
very telling. Yeah.
So why is that the first thing he says? And how come he doesn't talk about them all being Freemasons as much? Yeah. So go back here.
Understand that? That's your verse.
Confrontation seem like they're holding back something.
I'll have to go back,
especially because a lot of them are Freemasons. Well, this one I wanted to be nice to him, so I didn't want to confront him too much.
Yeah.
So he just was telling me, hey, why don't you read my book, etc. And it was really I just wanted to be nice. So you can watch it. It's pretty ridiculous. But anyways, so that's go back. Especially because I'll play the Freemason part again. A lot of them are Freemasons. So that's one thing. But
well, actually, they're not free. They actually charge quite a bit of money. But
okay, so and then he just goes on.
In any case.
Yeah, because I'm like, what's going on here? Okay, I'm gonna save this one. I'm gonna make a post about this.
Well,
yeah,
I'll have to watch all that.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
And again, I've been getting
to call it a night.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna
it's late.
Yeah. We went much longer than I was expecting. You said a couple hours, and it's been like almost 4 hours. All right, epic stuff there. I'm gonna close some stuff, and yeah. So when I started doing the moon landing, a lot of my audience were just basically like in disbelief. I'm like, well, I'm trying to go where the evidence is, guys. And basically I do the moon landing stuff to get people on 9/11. Anyways, so that is all. Anything else you want to tell the audience and so on?
No, I'm just after all this, I should be taking a break.
Yeah, definitely.
This September, having a bit of time off away from 9/11.
Yeah, for sure. And so basically you're going to be showing up on the on Thursday. So Thursday's a big event, and then we could all take
I'll be in touch with you about that with some stuff. Yeah,
sounds good. And
Zoom and Zoom or whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I heard you're going to use your Zoom account. That's what Norman was saying.
Yeah.
If you could send me some info on that, or you can set up the link and so on. Yeah, we'll deal with that. And so it's great having you. And so have a good one.
Interesting.
I'm gonna hang up right here. I'll just end the stream right here, guys. I'll say thanks for joining, guys, and everybody.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
Speak again.
Yeah. Have a good one. All right. See ya.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Epic stuff, guys. Thanks for joining, and have a great weekend. Yeah. So again, the moon landing stuff is the one where. It's just I'm trying so hard to prove that it's fake, but I can't. No matter, the confrontation look fake, and it's an old ruse. They repeat Jones for Greg. Yeah, the confrontations they are interesting. That raised another part. It's like, well, obviously you're gonna have some loudmouth guy confronting from Freemason, and you don't know if that's gonna be theater or not. But because the normie guys, they still rag on like they bring up the confrontations to be like, hey, isn't that the guy that got punched by one of the astronauts? So anyways, guys, have a good one, guys. And see anybody else commented on these ones? No and no. All right. That's all for today, guys. Well, it doesn't even go live. Okay, anyways, I don't know what Patreon is. Anyways, guys, ending stream in 3, 2, 1, end stream. Cheers, guys. Have a good weekend.